Hi, everybody. Welcome to FNS Wrestling Podcast, episode 285. I'm the host back down in the basement to talk another week of professional wrestling with my co-host and teenage son, Jack.
Factual.
Who is home still for the holidays from university.
Factual.
So he's in the room with me. Less work for me.
All factual.
Just to get some house cleaning out of the way, if you did not notice, we put out our best of 2025 yesterday. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
And if you did notice it, thank you.
Yeah, if you noticed it, great. Let us know if you agree, disagree, or anything with it. It's about 2 hours of...
If you disagree with me, I will fight you.
Jack.
I will fight everyone.
Absolutely deep diving into his favorite thing to do.
I'm Asian Will Washington.
Asian Will Washington?
I am unpaid Will Washington.
That's right. Volunteer.
They should pay me.
Will Washington. And so we didn't banter about it.
We purposely didn't banter.
Okay, so before I get into bantering, we're going to talk about Dynamite. We're going to talk about Worlds End. We're going to talk about NXT. We're going to talk about some news, some trivia, timestamps for everything so you can navigate to wherever you want. But talk about New Year's just happened. I've talked about it on here a bunch. Our street does stuff together a lot, and it was the usual suspects at the New Year's party. So what would you say? Different venue, same people, because the guy that hosted
similar enough
moved.
though.
Well, yeah, the same bar, the same furniture, the same.
Yeah.
So I would say what, like 25 to 30 adults, and then maybe
a couple dozen,
a dozen kids, maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
So yeah, a decent turnout. It was fun. You stayed. Your mother and your brother made it till like midnight, bang on, and then
They
gone.
have like their minimum, and they get like,
and they're gone.
Out, yeah.
And then you and I stayed till about 1, till the karaoke, and got to the point where it was consistently stuff we just didn't want to hear anymore. So we left. But it was fun. I had a good time. It
always hits a point.
Yeah, it definitely does. Yeah, so you got to catch up with some people you haven't seen probably, and
other than that,
see the middle-aged people drinking and dancing, and
which is always a treat.
Always
and note the no sarcasm.
I think I had 3 drinks, which is for me that's
alcoholic.
Like crazy. I was running wild. And then today we went for lunch at your grandparents.
Indeed.
And then I ended up doing some heavy lifting. Was unexpected with your Uncle Ben.
That was something, yeah.
Hey, can you guys move this old water heater out of the basement? Sure, no problem. Shouldn't be bad.
And it's just like leaking like brown liquid everywhere for some reason.
Yeah. And it was way heavier than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
as well.
It was really weird.
But anyways, that got done, and then we stopped at a local mall, and I bought what I always buy, which is disc golf, because I'm just a really cool guy. My hobbies are wrestling, pickleball, disc golf, and audio gear.
Sounds sad when you like.
Let me be.
It sounds worse when you like list them all off in like a.
Let me be your role model, everybody. Well, that's what the funny thing when I'm with the other street dads in the garage, we talk about like, let's all just open a store of selling just the things that we like, so we can. And I'm like, okay, so it's going to
be like the worst variety store ever, though.
It's going to be ball golf, disc golf,
both kinds of golf,
microphones, pickleball, and then I forget
like wrestling memorabilia,
other.
Right? We'll say something like that.
And then the dad's other mundane interests were added into that.
Yeah, so I was like Chuck's like 15 different like ADHD ridden hobbies or something like that.
Yes.
Like,
so, but yeah.
Horror figures for Mike, right?
That's
like
right.
Like that.
Horror stuff and 80s movie stuff.
Yeah.
And music.
Right.
Those are his things.
You're just going to be running the gambit.
So yeah, quite the story we would have. But anyways, that's how cool I am. So, and you picked up some Lego stuff.
Yeah, so yesterday. Because yesterday was New Year's.
All the days have run together.
Yesterday, I went to Walmart News Day because there's new Star Wars stuff releasing. So I found one of the things I wanted, which is this speeder bike with Cobb Vanth, which is the guy we say looks like you.
It's me.
The Funko.
It's me in Lego form.
It's him in like the Boba Fett suit. So it's like him. He was the guy, if anyone watched Mando, he was the guy who had Boba Fett's armor for like a bit. Anyways, I got that speeder bike, and it also has Cad Bane, who's my boy from Clone Wars. And then so I got that, and I got this set from. It's like this little diorama set from the third Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie for people who watched that, because I thought that was cool. That one I didn't plan to get. I just kind of saw it there and I knew it was new, so I was like, oh, okay, I'll buy that. But then the other thing I wanted to get at Walmart that they didn't have, I got Lego Sorte, which is this little speeder bike with Mando on it because it goes with this one. And then I also got like a set of like 5 brick heads, which is like kind of like Lego's competition to like Funko Pops, because it's like you build like
you build like, a Funko looking Lego thing. There's gonna be an avalanche of stuff off that
like
shelf.
This is my Mando one, right? Like I don't have many of them, but I'll fix Hangman in between takes. I got those too, and then there's a couple other sets I want. Like they have a midi scale Vander, which is like the Republic version, like the Star Destroyer, and it's like probably the most perfect looking Lego set I've ever seen. It's like, it's perfect. I don't think I have any. Oh, I do have mini scale up here. For non-video people, this is gonna suck, but it looks really similar to this.
Yeah.
But these are the mini scale ones I was telling you about. This is
cool.
like Acclimator. It's pretty similar. But like it looks perfect. There's that, and then there's the V19 Torrent, which I want, but I'll have someone else get one of those for me, and then I'll buy whichever one I do.
What a spoiled brat you are, eh?
I said this is the year where I start buying Lego again, and you guys just get disappointed in me.
That's right.
And then also
you hate money. You hate having money in your.
We got a
account.
sock deal, which that's interesting.
Did buy some socks,
and I got shoes. No one else did. I got shoes. No one else did.
You did.
Me get shoes.
They're in your new pink phase.
Yes. Hey, no, that's fully inspired by Kyle Fletcher, and I think because you know what, he's like, no one's wearing pink. I was like, you're right, and it's not a bad color.
It's not a bad color. So you're rocking it these days.
Yeah, I do dig it.
You got pink hoodies and pink socks and pink shoes now.
There's also that weird new tea place at the Fairview Mall, which wasn't too shabby. There's like actually a whole line for that. There's a line for the Lego store too.
Big line for the Asian grocery store too.
No, I think that was the line. That was the line crossing over. I also thought it was for the Asian grocery store, but it wasn't.
Huh.
And then there's a big line for the Lego store because there's a lot of new stuff. Like the stuff I got was new, and there's new Marvel stuff, new other stuff. There's Stranger Things stuff because that's just ending and everyone loves that, but I don't want to watch it because, contrarians that we are.
And I got hooked up for my disc golf things.
You did.
I got quite a good deal on those. He was nice and gave me a sale price and my membership price and other things on top of that. Of course I do. But so that's what's been going on with us. But I guess we got a bunch of wrestling to talk about. So we should get that going. So here it comes. First segment, as always, it is taking a look at some of this past week's wrestling news and rumors. So I made an executive decision to put the NXT year-end awards from NXT themselves in the news because it's newsworthy stuff, I guess, and then I don't have to mention it when I talk about NXT later on in the show. So we'll just see your reactions to these.
I think I've seen some of them.
They did have really cool packages for each of the nominees, and these are the result of a fan vote, right? So
at least it's like somewhat legit.
Yeah. So the male superstar of the year nominees: Javon Evans, Ethan Page, Oba Femi. And the winner was the only one who didn't win any championships at all this year, and that's Javon Evans. I don't disagree with the pick. I'm not trying to say I'm
surprised. Okay.
I mean, Oba might be more deserving.
I would probably lean
credential-wise.
Just like I feel, yeah. And if it was WWE picking, I don't think Javon would be winning. I think just he's so popular now and he's getting so much exposure that I think that probably helps him. Maybe there's some recency bias for some people, but I'm happy for him.
And he's officially labeled a free agent apparently, which means gone and on main roster.
I was really hoping he would get some like a title reign or an NXT or something because I don't know that he will on main roster. I could see him if they want to push him big, have him beat Dom for the IC title. I think that would be really cool.
That'd be cool.
And I feel like because I don't think he'd be going world title, especially because they're like so hesitant to change up the world title scene right now.
They are.
I feel like the mid card's the ceiling for many, especially because like one of the points, shout out to Wrestling with Regret, I was watching his worst of, and like I forget which point it was related to, but one of the things he was talking about is like, especially because how not only do they not seem to change, because I think he was just criticizing WWE, and one of the things like they don't seem to change the main eventer slot. It's a lot of the same, like, especially with Triple H's issue with long form booking. It seems to like kind of come back to the same people over and over. Like
it's just a carousel and it rotates
Cody and
around.
McIntyre, Gunther and Punk a couple times, or Gunther and Uso, or it's Punk and Rollins will probably come back once Rollins comes back, right? Stuff like that. Not only does it like revert back to the same people, other than Braun Breaker seems to be the exception. They also tend to move with such a glacial pace at the main event level. Like Roman had a long title run, and then Cody had a long run, and then he dropped to Cena, who had a decent length, but then now Cody's holding it. Who knows how long he'll hold it again? And like Gunther held the world title for like. They tend to not switch around the world titles a lot, which is not always a bad thing. It just means like I feel like a lot of times it's gonna be difficult for upward mobility. So for Javon, it's like I'm a little worried because I think he's great, but I don't know. I worry they like have him pigeonholed as like just like having some flashy TV matches but not winning a lot.
And people do puncture that threshold. Like Uso wasn't in there. Gunther had to get in there.
Yes.
Breaker's trying to get in there.
And people like Javon who are like flippier, more athletic. Like Rey Mysterio is someone who punctured through that, but not for long. Not for long, and also not like there's not a lot of other people who have. And like I worry Javon would be someone like Dragon Lee who could have like great TV matches, or like McDonough,
Yep.
who has great TV matches but loses often, or like Phoenix is also in that spot already.
I
like,
worry that
Phoenix is crazy.
I worry that they find out Evans could do comedy and be like, well, we just got our truth again. We just refreshed our truth.
Speaking of our truth,
I'm nervous
that'll
about
tie
that.
to like one of my things. It's not really related to him, but I feel like it's in that realm.
All right, we'll get through these. Tag Team of the Year nominees: Hank and Tank, actual tag team, wrestled tag team matches, win tag team titles. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Zaruka, kind of a tag team. Have had
more like a popular duo act. I think like they've had.
Agree.
They have had tag team matches. They were challenging for the women's tag titles and stuff. So I guess it's fair. Just like probably for most of the year, not though. Yeah.
The Culling. A tag team?
Not really.
I would love to check a database on how many matches they've had as a tag team, because it is not many. Fatal Influence, okay, but again, there's not a set tag team in there, and you just got rid of what's her face and got in what's her face. Yeah. My God, Lainey Reed in. Don't tell me. Jasmine Nix.
There you go.
It's like Tegan Knox was what first.
No.
So again, not really a formed, and Dark State, which is fair. And did you hear
they did win the titles and they had like a team.
Did you hear who won this?
Yes,
Zaruka.
Yeah,
right. So I would say
like
barely
I get
qualified.
They're popular, but like it's just I question it in terms of on the basis of tag teams.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Match of the year nominees: Oba Javon Trick, awesome match. I went back and looked. I think I
remember watching that.
I think I gave it 4.25 stars. Ruka Jordan Battleground was good. Paige and Saints Falls Count Anywhere. JC Jane and Lola Vice, No Mercy. That didn't leave an impression on me. I might have liked it. I don't know.
Doesn't sound like something that'd be good.
Femi and Evans at Heatwave, and the women's only Iron Survivor Challenge, which I thought was the better one. So I don't have a problem with that. And I agree just because it's the only one I really remember. So I'm guessing it was my favorite of the bunch. Femi, Evans, and Trick, Triple Threat won.
I remember being good.
Yeah, it was really good. Female Superstar of the Year nominees: Kalani Jordan, Saul Ruka, Tatum Paxley, Blake Monroe, JC Jane.
I feel like Blake Monroe wasn't there. I
agree.
No, she was from Great American Bash. So I guess like under half the year. I guess that's fair.
I guess.
She did give Jordan Grace a haircut.
No surprise, Saul Ruka wins, even though she's,
I guess, North American champion.
Yeah,
for a
hasn't
while.
had a main run.
Champion.
Should have led with that. Why are you burying the lead over there?
Burying the speed.
Moment of the Year nominees.
I hate that phrasing. It's like,
so you're
such a WWE, like, you know what I mean? Just the way they phrase it.
And you're going to disagree with a bunch of them right away. Ready?
Okay.
NXT versus TNA Brawl.
No.
No, just no. Blake Monroe's debut.
Sure.
It was a moment.
You know what? That's fair. Yeah.
Ricky Saints' debut.
Yeah.
It's a
I'll
moment.
give them that too.
Tatum Paxley winning the title. That was a moment.
Yeah. I don't know if it just doesn't feel like big enough of a deal though. I don't know. I guess it's fair.
Vaquer becoming a double champion.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. JC Jane defeating Stephanie Vaquer.
I mean, I was really surprised, so I'll give them that. Yeah.
So we're on a roll.
Yeah.
Okay. Stacks betraying Tony D'Angelo.
Okay. So, all right.
I liked how you were like, yeah, these are all moments. They've really nailed this down. And then
I don't know. I don't even want to try to defend it. I don't like it.
And then finally Trick Williams winning. Sorry. TNA World Championship, not done. More moments.
Okay. Yeah.
Joe Hendry appearing unexpectedly.
Which time?
The first time, I guess, probably is what they're referring to here.
That's happened countless times.
Hardy Boys capturing NXT tag titles?
No, absolutely not.
And the winner,
worst moment of the year, sure.
The winner was Paxley winning the women's championship.
I disagree with that.
I think it's recency bias.
I agree. 100% recency bias.
She is super, super over.
I would pick one of the AEW debuts because I think I would probably pick Saints because I was really surprised with how quick it was. I thought it was a big deal.
That was a pretty quick one, yeah.
I would probably go with that.
Best PLE / show of the year nominees.
I can't even.
I don't remember anything either. New Year's Evil.
I watched Stand and Deliver, I think.
That's what won.
Okay, so that. Then yeah, sure.
New Year's Evil, Vengeance Day, Roadblock, Stand and Deliver, Battleground, Great American Bash, Heatwave, Homecoming, No Mercy, Showdown, Halloween Havoc, Gold Rush, and Deadline. So literally everything they produced.
Sorry, can I comment was Showdown because I know that one was on weekly TV instead.
Yeah.
Is that even a PLE? Or we just can't because it was named?
Sir, it is best PLE / show of the year.
Okay, thank you. I thought you just said PLE, and I was like, okay,
No.
that makes sense.
How dare you?
So basically, pretty much
Everything they ever did.
Like, imagine we did that for AEW, and I'm just like, Revolution, Dynasty, Double or Nothing, all out, all in, Forbidden Door.
Well, as somebody who just edited a clip of us, well, mostly you talking about the best match of the year, you did list many, many matches.
But that's because like there's so many and then but like if I listed every possible contender,
I
like that was with me omitting some, right?
Yes.
Like that's just because the AEW is that good. But this is just them like emptying the clip.
So stand and deliver one.
That's
so
fair.
Good for
their
them.
big one. So
that's
sure.
True. Your turn.
Is that all of them?
That is all of them.
Really? Okay.
That's it.
So the one I was saying that was kind of like you mentioned our truth. That's like mine's kind of in the realm is that apparently there's some interest from WWE in Danhausen, and I was like,
I saw that.
Guaranteed they sign him to not exceed the R-Truth rule and just to capitalize on the merchandising potential because there's a lot of merchandise potential with him.
They can have him,
and I don't see him exceeding that R-Truth rule.
I'm not a Danhausen guy. I
don't really care. He's fine.
I see the appeal. I think it just doesn't.
It was never
me.
a gimmick that I think needed to be in AEW though. That was the thing. I thought it was kind of a weird fit when he was there.
It's very much Bart Simpson. If you haven't seen that episode where he gets a catchphrase and everyone loves it, and it's like he did the thing. He say the thing. I feel like Danhausen with the pointing and the whatever.
Yeah, or like because he would like cast.
When I was watching him in Ring of Honor, and he was kind of a bit weirder, and like the bag of teeth and stuff. That was
teeth.
That was kind of interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't care. I just need something there.
Yeah. Nash is critical of CM Punk online, right? Says that
fight between Kevin Nash and CM Punk.
It's more like Nash wants to hit the news cycle, and I'm just feeding into it.
I just don't know who I would side with.
He thinks it's Punk. It's sad he has to wrestle in a t-shirt as a champion.
Don't disagree.
And that his punches look slow. He thinks Punk is, quote, done, and that Braun Breaker should beat him.
Don't disagree.
And then Punk, of course, being Punk, did a little...
Is that to say that within a week span, Bully Ray and Kevin Nash have said things that I agree with?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's weird.
And I know Punk did the thing. Was that a house show or a...
It was a house show, yeah.
Where he like took off his t-shirt. So that's him. Like, again, I am biased against Punk, but that is him trying to act like I don't care, but clearly you're well aware of what he said, and it got through to a point where you felt you needed to have some response to it, right?
Yeah.
So don't act like this stuff just rolls right off of you, because clearly
it's like when
it got hold of you.
He would always like begin back people in AEW, like he had to take that shot at Hangman. Remember, when, like he called him out, but like Hangman wasn't even there.
Yeah,
like stuff like that.
Yep.
Continuing with contract stuff. Jericho is officially free agent as of New Year's Day.
Goodbye.
Basically confirmed he's gone from AEW, because if he was sticking around, we would have seen something.
What a shame.
Right? So I hope to see him return at the Rumble or Netflix anniversary, so we can 100% confirm he's done and he can stink up matches there.
I would suggest that what's going to happen is you will see him at whatever the next Saudi show is.
Yeah.
That they're going to say, here's $800 million.
No, Rumble's in Saudi.
He debuts on our...
Rumbles in Saudi.
Yeah, so
there you go.
Yeah.
To give him his flowers, like I won't deny his importance to AEW. We wouldn't be where we are without him. And
then he got really
as inaugural champion was great, or it was a good call, and he did do a lot of good work. But yeah, then he had too many mediocre feuds that went like half a year long at minimum. Too many lengthy programs that benefited nobody in the Jericho Vortex, and then that the abysmal character work like the Learning Tree.
All these
Learning Tree, I hated it.
All these factions we were assured was going to get younger talent over, and nobody came out better off.
Dude, Daniel Garcia is still struggling, and he was in Jazz. He 2.0 haven't done anything. Hager was just there all the time. He far overstayed his welcome to the point where like he was like one of my least favorite parts of AEW TV. He'll be in the worst of, because he did appear in 2025 a bit at least. I'm glad he's gone. Sorry to say.
Was my favorite wrestler of all time at one point.
I even loved him when I came into wrestling and he was doing the list. That was awesome. The list
I'm done with him. I'm fine with him going to a place I don't watch.
Yeah, or a place I don't care about. And I think he's one with questionable morals as well, so he'll fit right in.
He will. MJF, did you see this? Is to defend the AEW World title outside the company.
I did see this.
So specifically, a place and a person I've never heard of him.
I have heard of him.
Limitless Wrestling.
Have heard of that as well.
Alec Price.
Him and Jordan Oliver are just on ROH. I should show you the highlight reel if I can find, because Alec Price looked kind of cool actually.
Apparently, he reminds MJF of a young MJF.
I don't know. He looks pretty cool. He's a really slim fellow, but
yeah, I've heard.
Seems kind of cool.
That was part of his.
I'll show you this like that highlight reel because it was him and Jordan Oliver, who are like indie regulars. They lost to Yuta and Garcia on ROH.
I just don't know what value you're adding to your world title by defending it in places that a wrestling nerd like me has never heard of.
Maybe we're just getting some eyes on it. I don't know. I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it. It's all right, I guess. More contract shenanigans. There's New Japan contracts up in January because it's usually, I think, with how their deals work, they tend to go up in January.
Here comes David Finlay.
Yeah, David Finlay and Clark Connors, both of Bullet Club War Dogs, are said to have their deals up, said to be exploring options, including U.S. promotions. Can't imagine either of them go super far. If I'm Finlay, I'm especially hoping WWE are interested, considering his dad's a producer and his brother's in NXT. And if I'm Connors, I would say he's most likely to go, I think his ceiling is X Division TNA, and he'd end up in NXT that way.
I'm not trying to be rude. I don't know how much interest from American companies they'll have.
That's what I'm saying. TNA.
Rosters are bloated.
Yeah. I haven't
TNA,
watched
NXT.
a lot of his work, but I've never thought highly of David Finlay, and I know a lot of people don't either.
He's fine.
He's okay.
I think
Connors
everyone
is kind of cool
wanted
sometimes.
him. Clark Connors is also fine, but neither of them are main
I think
eventers.
New Japan really wanted David Finlay to be something.
Finlay could be a main eventer in what tag team was he in that
Fin
I kind
Juice.
of in Fin Juice? That's right. In TNA, right?
Well, yeah, they made TNA appearances when they were still in New Japan.
They were fine.
But then, ironically, they both ended up in Bullet Club at different times.
Right.
With Finlay, I feel like they wanted him to be their next top gaijin
They
because
did, I think.
he took
He's
over
just
Bullet
not.
Club after Jay White left, right? But then Ospreay left, so and Omega was already gone, obviously. So they wanted him as their top gaijin. I don't know. I don't see it.
I think it's pretty clear that didn't work.
I agree, especially because they gave him Bullet Club. You look at the people who led Bullet Club. It's Balor, it's Styles, it's Omega, it's Jay White. That's some A-listers, right?
Yeah.
And even Cody was towards the top of Bullet Club when Omega was there, and Adam Cole was there. You have a lot of A-listers, right? And then David Finlay, there's just, I get wanting to elevate him. I don't blame them for trying, but it's just it's kind of like how the perception with Umino seemed to be a lot of people haven't taken to him as the top babyface or whatever. I feel like the same thing is, we'll get there more stuff.
We will get there.
I feel like the same effect has kind of happened with Finlay, but in the heel role. I feel like a lot of people haven't taken to him as a top guy, and even they made him the inaugural I think global champion when they did that 3-way. And I think it was the 3-way was him, Ospreay, and Mox. I think was the 3, and he won that. Finlay won that. That's crazy.
He's one of those guys that if he's the top guy in your faction, your faction's not that great. He can be your second guy.
Yeah, which is why I think Bullet Club's kind of gonna die. I think, which is great because Bullet Club's lasted what
forever,
12 years at least. We'll say because 2013 I think they formed. That's pretty crazy, right?
I was gonna say longer than that.
No, 2013 I'm pretty sure.
Because Balor was there, right?
That would have been around that time. I think 2014 AJ
Fergal
took over.
Fergal Devitt.
So Bullet Club's it's gonna kind of die out unless Drilla Maloney takes over. I don't Bullet Club might be screwed.
Yep. Unfortunately, and it comes up on Dynamite this week, Luchasaurus hurt again.
Yes.
Expected to miss more time.
I saw surgery unknown if it's necessary.
0 hour he was there briefly, but then carried to the back by Khan, right? And then came out with his shoulder tape to finish the match, and apparently it is legitimate, and he's going to be out. So that sucks we really like him, and he was gone a long time.
And I love Jurassic Express, yeah.
And yes, I think for Jack Perry, this isn't great.
I think he'll be okay.
He's
proven to be really good in singles
okay
matches.
At best. I just don't think if they already, do you know what I mean? It's one of those, they don't have room to now go, okay, Perry's a single, let's retro something for him.
Yeah, I don't think
That's
he'll
the
do
problem.
a lot, but yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I only have one more.
To continue with the shoulder injury theme, Dom Mysterio also out with a shoulder injury. He suffered in AAA. However, for him, it's less dire. I think it's believed he won't need surgery and will be clear in time for the Rumble. Seems like the hope, so it doesn't seem that drastic.
That's good.
Which is why I don't think he's vacated either of his belts yet.
Yeah, they do not need him to be injured. They have a lot of
I think they have
plans with that guy.
Yeah.
And rightfully so. He's pretty awesome, honestly.
Yeah.
Last thing I had is a bit of an update on the future of WWE and TNA crossover plans.
Great.
They both plan to extend their multi-year agreement through at least 2028.
That's what I saw, yeah.
Reports are that both sides are satisfied with the results of their collaboration. They view it as a creative success that benefits wrestlers and fans alike.
I was going to ask if you're TNA, how can you be satisfied? But I guess it's getting them the exposure.
They're exploring more crossover events,
yeah,
possible dual-branded shows, and joint pay-per-views.
But with another, again, shout out to Wrestling with Regret, what he kind of pointed out is yes, TNA is getting this exposure and help them draw a lot for Slammiversary, Bound for Glory, but it's coming at the cost of their identity.
Yep.
They're kind of being seen as the little sister of WWE.
Yep.
They're getting talent siphoned off left and right. It seems good for them now.
Clearly, whatever.
And it got them the TV deal, right?
Yes. So whatever's in their calculus, they have determined that this exposure is worth having their
talent siphoned off, identity lost.
Right.
It seems good for them, and on some level it is. But
it certainly made them higher profile. There's no doubt about that.
I agree. I also don't think it's going to end well for them, though.
I think it'll just it'll settle in somewhere, you know what I mean? Water will just find its point and it'll just kind of that's how it is.
To be fair, yeah, TNA's proven to be unkillable.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It'll just settle into a certain spot and stay there, I think. Whatever, if they're happy.
One day it becomes the next OVW.
If they're happy. I haven't heard a lot of this. It's the second biggest promotion nonsense that they were trying to spew a little while ago.
Yeah.
That narrative sort of died down real fast because it was just a bridge too far.
It's just not
right?
true.
You can't. That's too much of a...
It's just not true.
Yeah.
I don't want to go tribalism or say it's objective. It's objective though.
It's just not.
Especially with AEW,
that's why the narrative died.
Yeah, and TNA is not even close to promotion of the year.
It's not sustainable to tell that story.
Guess what? Sheamus also out with a shoulder injury.
Oh, really?
Third one. Well, he just underwent surgery, so he's, I guess, farther along than Luchasaurus. But yeah, he's also a shoulder injury. So that was funny because I also had the Luchasaurus thing in my news. Is that a lot of shoulder injuries going around?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, that's, I guess, I don't know. It's Sheamus. I don't care.
Yeah, he doesn't have a huge role, but has good matches when he's out there.
Yeah.
He's a bit older too, so recovery might not be as quick as some young fellas.
I wonder how far off he's from retirement.
I don't know. I guess that's news is done. First thing we have to do is go back a week and quickly, I think even though I took notes, I'll probably condense them quite a bit.
To Worlds End.
We're going to talk about pay-per-view from AEW last week. It was called Worlds End. So we'll talk about the matches. We'll go back to our predictions. I don't feel like I won this week, but
I also don't think you won.
And then we'll do over/under accurate, where we look up Cage Match's average score for the match, and I decide whether
I saw Meltzer rated one of the matches, so hopefully all his ratings are out.
So the show starts with straight into the C2 semifinals.
Worth noting, no pre-show overlap this time,
right?
Which I think kind of makes sense, just because you want to start with the tournament matches and get so I'm glad they didn't do it this time. I did think it was kind of cool having a couple times though.
So the crowd is already loud, and they weren't all night. I wouldn't say there was a couple matches where I thought
no, but generally I thought they were good. This was in Chicago, I want to say.
They definitely were anticipating this match. It felt like a big match, talent wise and storyline wise, right? Because there's the Okada Takeshita tension brewing within the Callis family sort of thing. I didn't have a ton of notes on this one, so I guess I'll do them all. They're feeling each other out to start. Obviously, we're told there's no time limit.
Which I did like, because it gave us just obviously need a winner, and it gave some matches allowed to go a little longer, which I liked.
The crowd is oohing and awing just about everything as it's going on. Okada's in control on the floor early, slow and methodical. Obviously, commentary point out that Okada has no sense of urgency. Callis is sort of doing his best to defend him on commentary. I think it was kind of interesting having Callis there interjecting as Tony was going over the backstory. I liked how he tried to defend
things as well. Because he's clearly trying to play apologist for Okada, which I kind of liked. And yeah, it was kind of interesting because he keeps putting over Takeshita's the founding member, right? Takeshita's the first one he got, and clearly he does love Takeshita, but it's that clashing with his clear favoritism of Okada ever since he acquired Okada, right? So I do agree it was interesting. I like that he's on commentary for all the matches of his guys, but I like that now it's his guys against each other, at least particularly these guys against each other. It is interesting.
Okada middle finger leads to a strike exchange that Okada wins, multiple counters into a bastard driver and a wheelbarrow suplex. Rainmaker countered into a Blue Thunder, eventual Rainmaker, then huge Takeshita elbow. Takeshita counters the Rainmaker into a roll-up for a really near fall. Rainmaker countered into a Poison Rana, huge knee strike for another near fall. And then Okada gets a screwdriver out of one of the corners, in the...
It was
in the ring post?
It was in the turnbuckle. So it was either under the turnbuckle pad or in the actual turnbuckle.
And so he ends up using the screwdriver successfully and just wins in about 17 minutes. So go ahead. Your thoughts?
I quite enjoyed this one. I thought, obviously, you're never going to get a bad match with these two guys.
No.
They're just both fantastic. And I like that Okada is clearly the instigator here and trying to like kind of using that to get the better of Takeshita. But yeah, like this one, I think like you'll say was definitely shorter.
Yes.
Than you would expect, but I definitely think
there's another.
There's going to be better match in there, and
there's going to be one double this long.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not too distant future.
I'll say the finish wasn't perfectly executed with the ref.
It bugged me,
but I like what the finish was. Like I knew this was going to happen. It was either this or a low blow.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with this. I like this better than a low blow because of the repercussions it has later on, which we'll get to. I'd like the finish though. I know some people were bothered by it, maybe you a little bit as well. But to me, this ended exactly how I expected. Takeshita gets screwed by Okada, which furthers that storyline and also gets Okada to the finals. So I got no qualms with the finish other than the execution because
I think it was a little
exactly what I expected.
I think it was a little just like an uninspired way to do that though. Like to get, okay, we don't want it to be the full shebang between these two yet because there's still stuff coming. So, and I get it. The screwdriver is a thing with Callis.
But I don't know what else you do then.
I don't either, but
so that's why I like it. I'm good with the finish.
But
in general, I like the match. I thought it was really good.
Me too. I'm torn on 2 grades to give it. I think there's another 10 minutes and a different finish. You're looking at 4.5 plus stars probably for me.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I think they don't want to give it all away here, right? So I get that. Did you get this one right?
I got this one right. That gets 7 for me and nothing for you.
Excellent. I thought, honestly, I don't want to sound like I didn't like it because I did.
It's really good. Like I said, always going to be a good match with them.
Great action. Okada's expressions, like the subtlety of those are always great.
Yeah.
All right, over under accurate then.
It's a 7.66 from Cage Match.
So I'm pretty much accurate. I went 3 3/4 stars. Like if you went 4, I wouldn't begrudge that.
I will go 4. I think it was strong open. I really liked it. Meltzer went 4.5. I think 4.5, 4 3/4 is their next match.
Yeah. I agree. There's definitely a better match in there, and they know that, so they were sort of saving
which is fine because
that
kind of worked out. That was like when we had them face Brodito on TV, like that was good, but there was a better match, and then that better match was Wrestle Dream, which is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So I think their Wrestle Dream, we'll say, is like Revolution or Double or Nothing or whichever pay-per-view they want to push this to. I think their next pay-per-view match, whether I think would probably just be for the international title since that's the one Okada still has. I assume that's going to be their big match, which is good because that's a better looking belt.
That's right. Then
that's what matters.
Second semifinal next, it's Fletcher and Moxley. Fletcher's in control early, power slam and chops.
Noting Moxley's getting some cheers.
He is absolutely a babyface in this.
Which is it starts out being a little ambiguous and then it's just like it gets
clear.
more
the fans are on
really
his
strange
side.
And even commentators like noting it.
Yes, they are.
It almost feels planned somehow, which is crazy, but like we'll
weird.
get there. I think it ended up making the night better, I think.
Mox turns the tide, sends Fletcher to the floor, runs him into the barricade, and gives him a boot in a chair. Fletcher fights back and traps Mox's leg in the ring steps, kicks the steps. Fletcher keeps control in the ring, ends up applying a single leg crab. Sudden Mox cutter and a dive that wasn't perfect. Fletcher leaping Michinoku for 2, strikes missile drop kick from Moxley, who has a broken tooth now.
Yeah, because I think
they're trying to say on the steps. But
so I think I did see where it happened because Fletcher does the spot where he drop kicks the stairs into his knee, right? And then like the stairs are kind of slip after, and like Moxley kind of drops down. You see him kind of knock his face off the steps. So I do think it chipped a bit. Like then it's funny because then on Dynamite they'll be like how Fletcher chipped his tooth out. I'm like it's just because Moxley fell and hit the steps by accident. Like really nothing.
But
Fletcher
give the heel
did.
credit.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's funny just because like I watched and it's like obviously nothing Fletcher did really caused the tooth there, but it did kind of look kind of cool for the rest of this match, and obviously
it's a cool visual for him.
Yeah, I thought it helped.
Fletcher super kick and brainbuster to Mox on the apron looked pretty nasty. Mox barely beats the count. Immediate last ride for 2. Back to the single leg crab.
Single last ride, wonderful.
Mox counters to a bulldog. And the crowd's really into it now. Fletcher counters, applies an ankle lock. Mox grabs the ropes. Top rope face biting by Moxley, a choke in the corner, avalanche cutthroat suplex.
That looked nasty. That was a high drop.
It looked like Fletcher landed on his head.
It was scary, especially in slow motion.
Very scary. Yeah, really, really scary spot. But he was okay, obviously. Moxley stomp, but is too slow to cover. Fletcher half and half and a knee, but Moxley kicks out at 1.
Awesome.
Corner boot, brainbuster for another great near fall.
Yeah, it was at this point where Moxley's like doing like the babyface fire up. Like it's really reaching that kind of.
So point. Fletcher goes to the corner to look for the screwdriver. It's not there, obviously.
He's like tearing off multiple turnbuckles in a panic, right? Like
so he's wasting time looking for it. Gets a small package for 2. Paradigm shift for a very near fall, and then just a really big death rider. for 2, and then a sleeper applied. Fletcher gets up, but drops to his knees, and he is out.
Eventually it's lights out.
And it's about 23 and a half minutes. And then Fletcher hits a chop block to Moxley before leaving the ring, basically, just to further like the leg problems, I guess, right?
Yeah. I thought this was awesome.
Awesome match. This was my favorite match on the show.
I agree. And there are other good matches, but this was a really great one.
Just longer and more complex than the opener, which was a good match in its own right. I was just
surprised, because I didn't expect it to end up being a face heel, because I thought it'd be heel because Moxley's been a heel. But I don't hate how this turned out, and I think honestly it was all the better for it with Moxley being a face here, because getting the crowd super into it. Moxley's babyface strong style fire up kind of made the last stretch of the match better. And Fletcher looked like a vicious and cerebral heel going after the bad leg the whole time. I thought that was a really great thread to follow.
I think it's a credit to him to say that Mox does come across as such a face, because Fletcher's such a good heel now.
I agree. And like you said with the speedball match when we were talking about the best of, Fletcher's just got such a punishing moveset, right?
Yes,
even
really
against someone like Moxley, I think it looks super damaging and everything, right? And so I think that was great. And I think I like the finish of the first match. I think the finish of the first match added to the strength of the finish for this match. I thought it was great because, and you made the point of this, which I kind of forgot about in the moment, but it was good that Renee's voiceover or talking head at the beginning was actually really helpful, because she mentioned that Fletcher was so focused on Moxley, he didn't watch the opener.
So he didn't know the screwdriver was
gone.
Yeah.
And I think that's such a great thread to put there, because I glossed over it, but then you look back on that and you're like, okay, that connects. And I think that's such a great point to put there. And then now that adds kind of more problems for the Callis family, which is interesting, which we didn't see on Dynamite. So I'm curious to see how it follows up on the first Dynamite.
Because it could be that Callis, Fletcher put it there and Callis knew, but Callis also, even though it was there for Fletcher,
but Callis is,
let his boy Okada know, listen, if you need it, there happens to be a screwdriver in the corner.
Remember seeing Okada chuck it under the apron after he used it.
Yeah, so he didn't put it back.
It was never put back. So I really like the continuity there. I thought that was great. And then Fletcher looked great kicking out a couple finishes from Moxley, and then just coming to the sleeper. I thought great match here, great story told. Really strong one, I thought.
Fletcher just has banger after banger at this point.
Fletcher's just great, yeah.
Over under accurate?
I picked this, so that's another 6 for me. I'm up 13. And that gives me the 3 bonus points because I picked the final right, so you got no horse in that. But anyways, from Cage Match, it's a 9.35.
So I'm slightly under. I went 4.5, so a 9.
That's 16 now. And Meltzer gave it 5.
No.
That's not happening.
I'm not a 5-star.
First tournament, I think I would give it, maybe if it was longer, I'd go 4 3/4. I'm going to go 4.5.
That's what I did, yeah. I think that's
great
fair.
Match.
Awesome
Really
match.
loved it.
Yep. I recommend that's the one. If you can only go see one, go see that one.
I'd recommend watching the 3 C2 matches just so you have the complete package, and they were all great.
Then we get a street fight for the tag team titles. It's the Bang Bang Gang taking on FTR. Did I take a lot of notes? Nope, I'll go through them fast. Brawling on the floor right away into the crowd as well.
I'll say they battered the hell of a trash can this match. They made the most of it. I'm not complaining. No. I liked it. I'm just saying they got their money's worth with that.
Cash suplexes Austin on the ramp. Lots of trash can stuff, as you said. Stokely sets up a table on the floor. They tease it, don't use it right away. It's stopped by a Cash avalanche suplex to Juice. FTR demolition finisher with a trash can and a cool bird's eye view. Remember that? That looked kind of cool.
Oh, yeah, that did look cool.
Juice frog splash to give the Bang Bang Gang control for a while. Austin is run into the steps. FTR get various foreign objects, ends up hitting Juice with a belt. Trash can block with a kendo stick, follow-up shot to the head, and trash can backpack attack by Austin, ?
Yeah, that was interesting, because he had it strapped around him, and he kind of rammed into FTR. I thought that was kind of
like he was a Ninja Turtle or something.
Yeah, right.
And then he gets wiped out on the floor. Juice is now bleeding. FTR attacked Juice's knee after a chop block. Chair shot to the knee. Tandem attacks. Lengthy inverted figure 4. Ropes won't help, but a fire extinguisher does. Austin recovers. Cash almost dies on a dive onto a table.
Yeah, because he just goes a million miles an hour.
He does.
It's insane. It never fails to surprise me because it's just he just runs and darts like a madman.
And their whole gimmick is to not do stuff like that.
But he's so good at it.
He is.
And I remember the finish to them versus the Bucks, Full Gear 2020. He misses a springboard 450.
Yes.
He can do things.
He can do everything. They choose to wrestle the way they wrestle.
Which makes it even cooler that he doesn't.
Stokely takes out the ref to stop a Juice pinfall. Juice chair attack on FTR. Chair struggle. Stokely skips off the table. Remember?
Oh my! He gets like knocked off the apron. Yeah, and like he hits off the table, but then just collides in the announce table. Yeah. So that looked scary a bit.
Take 2 on a smash contraption as the ref has to count super slow so Austin can break up the pinfall. Dax pile driver to Austin on a trash can for 2. 2 spike pile drivers. Second one is on a belt. And FTR retain. I didn't get the time. Do you have the time there?
16:58. So we'll call it 17.
We both picked this one, obviously.
Yeah. I just need to find it. Yeah. Oh, I got 8 and you got 9. Okay.
So, very good match. I thought it felt like, could this have been on Dynamite? Yes. I don't think the crowd was as hot for this one. The story behind it isn't huge. I don't think anyone thought Bang Bang Gang are winning.
It does suffer from that, but I thought all in all it was fun enough. I liked it.
And I will say, I think it was smart to have a street fight right after the 2 C2s.
I agree. I like that palate cleanser. That was a smart choice.
You're going from singles matches where there can't be shenanigans, even though there was, but you know what I mean, to like a match where it's all shenanigans.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought like they made good use of stuff. I would have liked maybe a couple more big spots, but I still thought it was good value. Like
it never ascended to great, but it was good.
No, but it was pretty fun. From cage match, it's a 6.42.
I'm over.
And Meltzer went 3 1/4.
I went 3.5. So
I agree.
We're all
that
in
was
the same
where I was
ballpark,
I was
right?
3.5. And you get 9 points off that. I got 8. I don't know if I mentioned it. So
yeah, back in it. Right back in it.
I'm at 24. You're at 9.
Right back in it. Right. Got you where I want you. Then we get Monet and Athena taking on the Babes of Wrath for the women's tag team championships.
I don't hate doing the tag team matches back to back only because the other one's a street fight. Like
if
it wasn't a street fight, I'd be like maybe don't. But it's kind of like how we Full Gear you had the no DQ no holds bar matches back to back, but they were like different enough. This one it kind of fits that same motif.
So Willow power bombs Monet on the edge of the apron, but Athena takes her out with a dive. Harley dives and Athena, who rolls through and picks her up, but takes immediate spear from Willow out on the floor. They started out fast, I think, if I remember correctly. Heels get control of Cameron.
Yeah, this one only went like 13.
Back in the ring, isolate her with quick tags, Meteora, suplex, double teaming, etc. Eventual Cameron, DDT, and a Willow hot tag. Athena German to Willow, and almost her power move thing. What does that mean? Athena German to Willow and almost her...
Oh, she does like that thing where like she lifts them up on her shoulder and turns into a code breaker. I think that's that move.
That's what it lands awkwardly.
I'm just guessing, but I'm like pretty
Makes sense. Willow pounces Athena. Both of them tag out. Phantom Harley sling blade to Athena. She did not make contact with it, unfortunately. Harley goes up top, but gets kicked. Ends up with a double power bomb from Willow. A Harley high cross and a double crucifix for 2. Babes of Wrath finishing combo, but Monet makes the save. Heels hit the signature offense, and Monet Maker is applied to Willow. Willow powers out, hits a Death Valley driver. Accidental Monet forearm to Athena. Willow then dominates both of the heels, goes up top, superplex with Athena power bombing her own partner. Remember, it was like a Tower of Doom spot, but it was like Athena ends up giving her own partner because Monet was at the top. So I'm like,
which I guess is added force, and like maybe they're not like best friends.
She couldn't help it, I guess. I don't know. Signature parade before a cool rolling pinfall by Willow to Monet after 13 minutes.
It's kind of like reminiscent of Kofi Kingston's SOS. Like it's that kind of motion,
is.
Right?
It is.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. So again,
we both picked this. I get 9, you get 7.
Nice.
So now the tally is, let me kind of...
Oh, you have to do math, eh? It's tough.
33 to 16.
I enjoyed this, but I don't think it was anything special. Similar to the match before.
Yeah, I think I had maybe a little more fun with the street fight, just because there's more going on there. This was solid though. Like probably the best women's tag match as of late, just because like it was better than most of the tournament ones. I think.
Was it tournament final?
The tournament final was pretty good. Maybe
I think I like that one better.
It's one of the best at least, but like it was solid. Like it was good. I just wish they had maybe built it a bit more.
And it was kind of what we expected. The super singles team, there's miscommunication. Yeah. They can't coexist.
And obviously the title retention was never in doubt.
So Monet loses another important match. Maybe we go to Athena Monet at some point, right? Babes of Wrath continue their momentum and get a quality win for sure in their first defense. So over under accurate?
This one's 6.60 from Cage Match.
What were your thoughts? Before I say my...
If I went 3.5 on the last one, I feel like this one has to be like 3 1/4.
I went 3.5. I went like same, but...
I would go 3 1/4. I think maybe a little less. So Meltzer went 3, so Meltzer's under either way.
Fair enough. Then we get Gabe Kidd versus Darby Allin. Is it some sort of stipulation? I don't remember. Nothing, right? So we get a slap exchange to start. Darby slapped to the floor, thrown into the steps less than a minute in. He's already just getting pummeled by Gabe Kidd. Darby dives, sends Kidd into the barricade. Kid runs, throws Darby over the barricade into the timekeeper's area. Looked pretty good. Then a decapitator into the steel steps. And remember, the top piece comes flying off, and Allen's head is bleeding after this.
That was cool, yeah.
Looked good. Darby's thrown off the ring post to the floor and kind of hits a cameraman down there. Darby drop kicks a chair into Gabe Kidd's face to finally slow down Kidd. Missile drop kick to Gabe Kidd in a chair on the floor. Huge Kidd shotgun drop kick sends Darby into the corner. Kidd is covered in blood.
Like, yeah, it was, and he had like, I think he's bleeding a lot, and then he's got Darby's blood like smeared onto. Like, I
Blood
saw
Brothers.
this one picture of him, and it looked crazy.
He looks nuts. Darby Avalanche.
I would say thumbnail it, but maybe don't.
Darby Avalanche code red for 2. Coffin drop, but Kidd rolls to the floor. Coffin drop to the floor. Scorpion death drop, Scorpion deathlock as Kidd is gushing blood at this point.
This was a surprisingly bloody match.
Darby almost passes out and has to release the hold, which I thought was a pretty cool touch.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Kidd headbutts and then a huge clothesline, jumping pile driver for 2. Kidd puts on a choke, but Allen flips it over into a pinfall for the win. 13 minutes in. Man, this was like, I really enjoyed this.
For a 13-minute match, really
bloody
good,
match,
really strong, yeah.
That got a lot done in a brief amount of time. And Kidd is really believable as a psycho violent guy. And again, we say it all the time, Darby Allin is the best to go opposite that kind of thing, right?
Still got way bloodier than I thought, but I thought that made this just like really like attention grabbing, I think.
Gabe Kidd seems unhinged, and I think it's awesome.
I think it's so believable and works really well for him. I thought it was really strong. For like a 13-minute match, it felt like it stood out from the rest of the matches on the card too.
You could sort of guess it the way they started out, that they weren't getting a ton of time,
but
right?
That's fine. They made the most of it.
Yeah, Darby was shot out of a can.
Really well with. We both picked it. I get 3, you get 6.
Yeah, that's right.
And so Cage Match gave this a 7.62, so up exactly 1 point from the last match.
I'm basically accurate. I went 3 3/4.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
7.5, right? So
it's exactly how I felt. And Meltzer went 4 1/4, so Meltzer was high on it.
Wow. All right, then we move into what was kind of a late edition, right?
Yes, a very late edition.
Tag team mixed nuts mayhem match. I would love to know why they chose to call it that.
Me too. Probably Tony Storm. I don't know,
because it's not even like it's a holiday thing, or I don't know.
I guess that's why, but like I don't know, it's weird.
Maybe is that a holiday tradition?
The thing that only had me worry was that it wasn't Pac was initially advertised for this, and then you got replaced with Garcia.
Right.
But Darby seems to be going after him, so hopefully Pac's okay.
So it's Death Riders, Claudio, Marina Shafir, Pac, or sorry, not Pac.
Claudio, Shafir, Yuta, Garcia.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the conglomeration being Briscoe, Cassidy, Strong, and Tony Storm.
Actually, technically, the conglomeration's only Briscoe and Cassidy. And
not
Roderick
Storm.
Strong's adjacent.
That's right.
And Tony Storm is not in there either.
Tornado tag rules, but you can only pin people in the ring, is what we're told.
Yeah.
So Briscoe gets the better of Yuta in the ring to start, while everyone else is out on the floor. Then Claudio and Roddy end up in the ring. Claudio wants revenge, so he beats down Roddy until a Roddy drop kick and some chops. Garcia and Cassidy are next, and this match clearly has a formula, right?
Yeah.
Shafir and Cassidy have a hands in pockets face-off. Yuta and Claudio double team Cassidy.
I thought that was kind of amusing. Shafir doing the Cassidy thing.
So all of the Death Riders swarm Cassidy, then Roddy, even Shafir hits him, which was a moment for the crowd.
The
unicorn
spot.
stampede.
Yeah, which we were kind of talking about this
makes sense. On
Dynamite. I like it, and because like they reach a point with the two where they're going so rapidly, it's like you have no breathing room in between each attack. So I really liked it. And yeah, I like Shafir getting some shots in on Roddy.
So they do it to Cassidy, Roddy, and then Briscoe.
Yeah, I liked it. I think it's an effective spot. And there is something satisfying about like watching the babyface just get like smashed over and over, right? Like it's just, there's something to it.
Yep. Then, and I also thought, is this, and I'm again maybe reading too much into this, but is this to show the like unity and cohesiveness of the non-Mox riders?
I do think they were doing this with Moxie too, so I don't think it's exclusive to this, but I do think, I don't think you're wrong to think like it is at least showing their unity. Maybe not just like, not exclusive, like, oh, just because Mox is in there, because they were doing this kind of thing with Moxley, so I'm not going to say it's just exclusive to now, but I do think it does present a case like, yeah, they're just as unified as ever, but maybe disassociating from Moxley slowly. Yep.
Storm shows up to neutralize Shafir. Claudio grabs Storm, but Briscoe steps in. He and Storm start working together. Cassidy and Storm do a dancing back fist routine that actually on the pay-per-view, I didn't mind it.
Yeah,
they went back to the well right away. But anyways, it happens in this match. It's fine. Yeah. Cassidy DDT to Claudio, followed by a froggy bow, but the pin gets broken up. Tony Storm has German suplexes for Yuta and Garcia. Storm tornado DDT to Claudio, but a giant swing to Storm.
I love that. I love that he got to swing Storm. That was awesome.
Strong and Shafir face off. The crowd's loving it. Storm 0 to Garcia. Superman punch to Yuta. Hip attack to Storm. J Driller by Briscoe, and we get the win.
Roddy also chopped his wife in the back at one point.
He did, and it left a giant handprint.
Which was great.
How long was this?
This one was only like 12 and a half minutes.
So I actually thought it was really fun, but
I kind of enjoyed it.
Me too.
I'm not going to lie.
I did as well, but I'm going to say that 6 people a lot of time were doing nothing in shifts for the first part of this.
Yeah, that would probably be
They were just gone.
It was a bit rotational, but I had fun with it, so I'm not going to complain too much.
And then the faces take on the entire heel team one at a time, like in a movie, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So things felt pre-planned, but to be fair, I thought like the point of this match was just to have some fun.
Yeah.
And crowd
I thought it was fun.
Liked it, and the Tony Storm and Cassidy stuff was over. The Cassidy and Shafir stuff was over.
Shafir
the
and Roddy
Shafir stuff was over.
Deal, yeah.
So you and I laughed out loud a few times during this. So I think that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
This was like the empty calories junk food portion of the show.
This was like
kind of over delivered
for
me.
At least maybe not for in the arena because you'd have to go get food, but like for us, like snack break, but like easy to pay attention to. Like you're saying, like
yes.
lighthearted, just easy to kind of digest.
I like this better than the 2 tag matches before it. I didn't like it.
I don't think it's crazy to say.
I didn't like it better than Kid and Allen.
No.
Pretty much. So
I don't know.
And I picked this one correct. So here comes some points
dropped
for me.
1 point on this. You get 4.
That's right. That's how I do it. And then over under accurate.
One moment. Writing is hard. 1, 2.
And mathing is even harder.
4. Okay, so I'm at 5. I'm at 36.
Here I come.
You're at 26.
Here I come. That's not bad.
It is better.
I'll take it.
I'll give you that. It is better. Sorry. Then what was I supposed to say next?
Over under accurate.
That I'm professional. Yeah. Right. Okay. 7.29. I got there eventually.
7.29. I'm over. I went 3 3/4. It's weird
boring,
because
but I agree. It was just enjoyable though. You got to go on vibes with this one.
I think I liked Kid and Allen more, but not enough to give them 4 stars.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree. If that one was like closer to 20, then maybe.
Yeah.
Right. And this
this was
Meltzer.
fun.
We're on par with Meltzer. 3 3/4 from him.
Nice. Then we get AEW Women's Championship. Chris Statlander defending against Jamie Hayter. Again, we've talked about our issues kind of with this feud going in.
Mostly in collision, lackluster promos. Both baby faces.
Outside the ring, Stat brings nothing. I'm getting meaner and meaner towards her. I'm sorry, but
it hurts to say.
It does because we like her. First few minutes to showcase that they're just really evenly matched, right? Which is the thing. Hayter driver into the apron, then the steps. Stat with a back suplex and a splash. Stat misses the next splash. Hayter takes over, sends Stat to the floor. Hayter missile drop kick off the announce table. Another one in the ring. Stat corner attacks and a driver for 2. And this is where I note the crowd is dead, but they will wake up in a minute, right?
Yeah.
Hayter avalanche exploder for 2. Package pile driver by Statlander for 2. Avalanche driver from Statlander wakes up the crowd. Remember that was like all of a sudden she did I don't know what the correct driver was off of the ropes, and the crowd just wakes up for the second half of this match.
I don't remember what it was either.
High angle suplex by Hayter, bunch of kicks, hate breakers, Stat with a vertical suplex for both of them are down now. Strike exchange, Hayter reverses the Saturday Night Fever. Huge Hayter clothesline, but this time Stat counters into a pile driver for the win. How long was this one? It didn't feel super long to me, but
this one was 18.
It was pretty long. This for me was like the story of 2 halves. I assume we both picked this, by the way.
Yes, I just tallied it, so it's 40 to 34.
I thought the first half was kind of bland with a disengaged crowd, and then the second half after that avalanche driver was much better, and they picked up the action too.
Yeah, I felt like for a while it's just like lacking heat and the crowd interest too. The crowd being dead really affected this match. I think like it did pick up, but in general it's just like for me it kind of leaves a bad taste in the mouth just because like clearly it didn't matter.
I liked the final half quite a bit, and I thought they were really hitting some big stuff in that. I don't know. When you have Statlander all alone with no one to speak for her, I just doubt that she's capable of building a hot feud. And for your company champion, that's not good. She needs somebody to speak for her.
Yeah.
She needs to be like I don't know, man. Like can she do like a silent, just ass kicking heel? Maybe, I don't know.
They had the chance to make her a heel with Stokely. But they
good in
got
the
rid
ring,
of it for some reason.
And she just struggles everywhere else. But
I don't understand why they got rid of that, because I thought that was great for her. I mean, I like Stokely with FTR, but they could faction that, you know, or like just have Stokely be Black Heenan or something.
She could join FTR for sure.
Right. Just, I don't know. There is something missing with her.
Your thoughts?
Like, I just... Like, it was good towards the end, but just the first stretch being uninteresting, and then I also just didn't really personally care myself.
Yeah.
So this one, while not a bad match, just suffers from a lack of relevance or importance or build, and just like it just was lacking a lot of components that make a great match. It was a good match, but it lacks a lot of things that make a great match, I think.
Over under accurate?
7.74 from Cage Match, and Meltzer went 4.
I'm gonna go. What are you gonna say? I think I know what you're going to say.
3.5.
I knew you were going to say that. I'll go 3.75. I quite enjoyed it by the end. Underwhelmed, and then things picked up. I would say I liked it as much as the mixed nuts, probably.
I'm using that as mixed nuts more, I think.
All right. So let's go into the Continental title classic final match. It's Kazuchika Okada taking on Jonathan Moxley.
Which apparently is a first-time match.
First time ever one-on-one. Sounds pretty
crazy.
Just
seems odd.
Not a lot of notes on this one. Holds and counters to start. They're kind of feeling each other out. Mox drop kicked off the top to the floor. He's now selling his leg already. Okada DDT on the floor. Mox tries to fight back, but Okada just is kicking his knee anytime he needs to, sort of thing. Okada's in control back in the ring. Methodical in his attack. Senton and a neck breaker. Huge Mox lariat slows down Okada. Mox figure 4. Okada dragon screw and a cloverleaf. Gotch pile driver by Mox for 2. Okada low blow and a rainmaker for 2. Okada gets a belt. Ref takes it. Mox, even though he's a babyface, is not above hitting a low blow here, and he does.
I like that because, one, Okada's doing it, so it kind of evens the odds, as with Mox being the babyface, but also it kind of keeps in, like, that Mox hasn't completely changed yet, so it's like it doesn't feel disingenuous for him. It just kind of works.
I also wouldn't even put it past babyface Moxley to do this anyways.
I agree.
Right? Strike exchange, Okada dropkick, Moxley gets right up. Paradigm shift for 2. Another paradigm shift, and Okada kicks out immediately. Moxley hits a stomp and a Death Rider.
Death Rider, he drilled it.
He picks up the win in just 20 minutes in this match, which I thought it would be way longer. Really good match. I was very surprised by the outcome, which I always like. Wasn't at the level of Mox Fletcher, for sure, but I thought it was really good regardless. Like, obviously, these guys aren't going to have a bad match, I don't think. And considering it was their second match of the night, right? Like,
agreed. Yeah,
good work by both of them.
I really enjoyed this. Yeah, definitely not as much as Mox Fletcher, but still a really strong match. I think I'd slot it in between the other CT matches.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were saying, I think Mox pulling this random babyface Herculean performance through the 2 matches was really entertaining, and I thought really hit a fever pitch in this match.
Especially because he's been selling the whole ankle thing for weeks,
for the tournament,
whatever. Yeah. So, and it was a target for other people, right?
I like that. Okada targeted that great, and I thought Okada's he's such a great heel, and just the way he antagonizes, and like you said, like the little expressions he gives, and you know, he's taking the shortcut still, right? I really like that, and I was really surprised when Moxley drilled the Death Rider, and then like the 3 count, I was like, whoa, because so I get my points for picking the match, obviously, which I already put in.
Yeah,
I picked the match right. You had no dog in the fight, obviously.
I did not,
but I also picked this wrong, so I dropped 5 on this. So yeah, I was really surprised that Moxley won. I'm not mad at it, honestly. I'm really surprised, and honestly, depending on how the Death Riders thing goes, this could be an interesting choice.
And they keep lining up heels for Moxley, right? 2 heels here, heel on Dynamite, heel after Dynamite. So they're clearly trying to establish him as a.
And then,
face
did you have anything on the post-match promo?
I did not. No, go ahead.
I don't have it
Moxley
either,
took the mic, and
he was saying like how like the Continental title was for
the fans,
and for like
super
Death Riders.
Pandering.
It was, but also some of the things he talked about, like I don't think it's that. Like some people were really taken aback, but I don't think it's that different from the promos he's been cutting lately. Because like there's been a lot of promos where he's talking about like the quality of his guys and how they work harder than everyone else.
Yeah.
And like honestly, now I think about some of the promos, I'm surprised I didn't see this coming sooner. Because I remember the promos now where he's like talking about how he's going to fire all the bullets in his chamber, how him and his guys work harder than anybody else. Like stuff like that. And so the promo here, it was more pandering, yes, but I think the heart of his message, I don't think was that different. And so it's clearly babyface, and Death Rider seemed like they're just standing there like they're obviously
We're
congratulating him.
We thought maybe the turn was happening, and
I really thought the turn was happening here. I'm a little disappointed it wasn't. But yeah, it's interesting. I'm really interested to see where it goes and when the turn's happening, because I think the other shoe has to drop. I don't, and I'll talk about some more on time. I don't think the Death Rider is turning face, and I don't think it makes sense. I don't think it should happen. More importantly, I don't want it to happen.
Me either.
I'm okay with Moxley being a babyface because I think that's just a natural consequence of them turning on him.
Well,
I just didn't think he'd be a babyface already.
What about just riding out heel faction with a babyface leader for a little bit?
Can that be done?
I don't know. I'm curious.
I am curious too, but I want this turn to happen.
Yeah.
Right. So I do think the other shoe has to drop soon. But I like the promo.
Yep.
And I don't think it was out of character or out of line. Like I think it's been keeping what Mox has been saying. We've just been saying he's kind of had a similar message for the last month or two. It just kind of takes a different light depending on where he's like, whether he's the dominant top heel, or whether he's like the heel leader but like kind of losing his grip because he keeps losing matches, or now he's babyface. Like we were saying how the things he was saying ring hollow when he's losing constantly, but now it's like he's winning, but it's like it was this valiant effort to like where he was almost knocked out of the tournament, but now he's won it. And so it's like he's saying similar things, I think, throughout the last few months, but it just kind of takes on a different light depending on how he's faring and what's happening around him.
But they're going to need to explain to me how he got from I'm going to destroy this company and burn it down from the inside to now like I did this for the fans. Like, yeah, I need some connective tissue.
That's why I think was that like it wasn't just destroying the company. It was like, remember, you want to make it better through destroying it.
Yes.
So that's the part you need to twist. Because that was the whole point, was not just to destroy things, because like I don't think their whole thing was outright destroying the company, but their whole thing
we were never sure, which was part of the problem too.
I remember the thing being like they were beating the crap out of everybody so people would step up.
Yes,
they were
step up.
They were like running roughshod so that like things would change, right? They were doing it to make AEW better, whether like that was like obviously that was the heel logic, but still that was their vision. So I think that's the part you need to twist, obviously, for things to make sense. But yeah, like I did like the promo. It's really strange, and I was so surprised they didn't turn. I thought they were turning.
It felt that was the only reason.
I thought that was the purpose of the promo.
Yeah.
So I was really surprised, but I guess we'll see where things go. But again, good match, good promo.
Over under accurate.
6.96 from Cage Match, so lower than last match. That's
I'm
crazy.
over that.
Meltzer went 4.5.
What?
That's crazy.
I went with basically my standard on this show, I guess, 3 3/4.
I would go 4 at least. Yeah. I really liked it.
Yeah. Then we get main event, which is a 4-way for the AEW Championship. Page, Hangman Page, Swerve, Strickland, Joe, Samoa, and MJF.
Extended entrance for MJF. That stuff's back, and then Swerve also had a Green Lantern themed entrance, which I thought was really cool.
Right.
So yeah, cool stuff all around.
Cool stuff all
and
around.
Hangman didn't try changing his theme song again.
Hangman's on fire early until Joe sneaks up and chops him. MJF mocks Swerve before slamming him and hitting him with his junk. Makes Swerve mad. He takes over, does the same to MJ. A lot of crotch to the face here at the beginning. Joe dive takes out both guys. Page moonsault kind of takes out other three, although he really missed pretty much. Caught almost nobody. Swerve stomp to MJF on the apron. Buckshot to Joe off Swerve's back, leaving Swerve and Hangman sort of face off. So they kind of work together and then immediately have to face off.
I really liked it.
Yeah.
It was a cool dynamic throughout this match, I thought.
So they do some countering because they know each other so well before a Swerve Deadeye and a Hangman house call. So kind of borrowing each other's moves here too. Buckshot for 2 as Joe breaks it up. Swerve escapes a muscle buster, hits a flatliner to MJF and a German to Joe. Swerve powerbomb grip power slam thing. I don't know if it has a name yet.
It's so cool. He'll do like a powerbomb lift into like a front. It's really cool.
Hits that to Hangman.
It's great.
Which is funny because if you say you're gonna go pick him up for a powerbomb and then just do a body slam, I'd be like, why wouldn't you just powerbomb is more devastating? But
the way
it ends
he
up,
does it,
the
it
momentum
looks like it has
good.
momentum. Yeah,
it does.
And it just looks cool. So who cares?
Page with a nice angel's wings to Swerve.
Really nailed it. Yeah.
Apron moonsault to MJF. Missed buckshot to Swerve, but a pop-up powerbomb instead. MJF gets some time to shine, hits some corner offense to Swerve and Joe before a slingshot cutter to Page into the salt of the earth. Coquina clutch to MJF, house call to Joe to break everything up. Swerve and Hangman work together to take out the other two, then take out each other. All 4 are down. The crowd's really into it at this point.
I loved that sequence. I thought that was so cool because like they would hit like MJF or Joe at the same time. Then like just the way that sequence executed too was so great because like they did the boot rolling elbow MJF, right, to take him out, and then they do like the spinning kick rolling up. It was just, so the way it was executed was so great. I thought that was like, it's those sequences that AEW does really well.
MJF Panama Sunrise to Swerve for 2, sort of a shout out to Adam Cole, I guess. Deadeye to MJF for 2. The Ops are now down to stop Swerve from hitting a house call to Joe. Muscle Buster on Page for a 2 count. Ops intimidate Nana and Swerve stomps them. Page goes after Hook. Joe locks in the Kikina clutch. Swerve stomp to Joe.
I thought that was a cool spot. That was well done.
We get a Swerve powerbomb to Joe out of the corner. MJF shoves Swerve off the top. Page boots MJF off the apron. 2 buckshot lariats to Joe. MJF, of course, the opportunist, comes in. Low blow to Hangman. Heat Seeker
on Joe.
Why did I say Cheesemaker to Joe? Oh, it's because I think, remember when I typed it,
I remember you telling me the typo, you kept it. You must have kept it.
It auto-corrected to Cheesemaker. That is his new, the Heat Seeker is now the Cheesemaker, folks. The Cheesemaker to Joe, and MJF wins after 20 minutes, which we both picked.
We did. So that's 2 of us, 2 points for us each. So let me just say that's 1, 2. So I have 42 to your
36. That's 36. Pretty good. I'll take that.
That's not bad.
That's all right. Really good 4-way match. 4 talented people given 20 minutes. Again, shorter than I anticipated.
I agree. I could have gone another like 5 or 10, bit, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fun.
Really good, like reasonable way to get the title on MJF.
Unlike the Mixed Nuts one too, not very rotational. Like I thought they did a good job of like maybe they were pairing off a bit.
Yes.
But like,
we had to have Swerve and Hangman pair off at some point, just for the sake of the.
But I really liked how everything was structured. They had a couple good sequences with everyone involved, and I thought the finish was really well done. And obviously got us where we needed to be, where we predicted.
Yep.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought everyone played their roles well, and I thought like there was just a lot going on. And I was saying to you, a lot more fun than the 4-way from last year's World's End.
Mm-hmm. Over under accurate.
It's a 7.35 from Cage Match.
I went over. I went 4 stars. Thought it was good.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I would probably go 4 stars as well. Meltzer went 4 1/4, which I think is fair.
Yeah. Overall thoughts. I did not do any math on this, so just going off vibes, it's either a B or a B plus. What are you thinking? I had so many 3.75 stars in there.
So I don't know, if I'm going off vibes, I feel like maybe not. Like there were some things like maybe the 2 tag matches that didn't weren't delivered as much as they should have, but nothing was bad. And I think the most important matches delivered. I really enjoyed all C2 matches, with the Mox Fletcher being the best of the 3. The world title match delivered. You have 2 notable title changes in a surprising result in one.
Yeah.
Darby Allin Gabe K was really good, and you had a really enjoyable Mixed Nuts. So I am going to go B plus because I had a good time with the show, and the big matches delivered.
I'll go B plus as well. It wasn't an A level show, but it was still very enjoyable.
No, and AEW pay-per-views don't miss.
Top to bottom, like what was your lowest? I think 3 1/4 stars. I had nothing under 3.5.
I think 3.5.
I think you went 3 1/4 on one.
Might have been 3 1/4 then. Yeah, sorry.
But yeah, so pretty entertaining show. All right, we're gonna carry on with AEW just now to the follow up from this pay-per-view. Their weekly show on Wednesday night. It was AEW Dynamite. So Dynamite should be fresh in our minds because we just finished it before we came downstairs. So remind me what happened.
Indeed. Hold on, I need to. Where's my doc? Where'd it go?
I don't know. You lost it.
That's not the right thing. Hold on.
Very professional podcast. Everyone can admire my new Christmas disc golf disc.
There we go.
The Clash Peach.
Is that your
Clash
solution
Disc
for dead air?
That is. Everybody, look at my hobby.
We kick off the show with MJF arriving, and he's gonna say words to our faces.
I like he's wearing a fur coat, and he hands it off to somebody as he heads into the building. Yeah, very on brand for him.
He says Swerve, Joe, and Hangman are the big 3, but he's the world champion, so they can suck it. He tosses the AEW belt out of the ring and unveils the new Triple B, which it's just the same Burberry strap, but now we have obviously the new version of the AEW title with the side plates on. So yeah, new Triple B, we got that back. Triple B is once again on television, and hopefully Jay White will steal again. He says any wrestler dumb enough to think they're on his level, they can either step up or get stepped on. He says he's a sprint and nobody's catching him until he reaches the finish line and goes down as the greatest of all time. Then he's running his catchphrases, but he gets interrupted by Omega on the Tron. Kenneth Omega says MJ made him feel like he's approaching close to the end, of his career in the beginning, and hates that feeling and the feeling of what if he could become champion again? What if MJF didn't beat him to become the longest reigning champion? Because I think they had that match on Collision in 2023, and it was like that was MJF's like just before he broke the title reign record, I think. He says he won't be facing the best bout machine because it's not about best bouts, it's about winning. He's not collecting belts this time, he's just collecting one. Whether his shot comes next week or after weeks of scraping and clawing, Max will be seeing a lot more of him. Then he signs off with a catchphrase and he's gone. MJ says the fans can chant his phrase all they want, but Omega wasn't man enough to say it to his face. Hangman's music comes out. He appears in the crowd. Swerve's music hits, and he's also up in the crowd. They're coming down the ring. Security come down as MJF tells them to relax. He says he knows they want a piece, but he's professional, and he believes wins and losses matter, and they're both losers right now. He tells them to pick up wins, and if they earn a match, he'll whoop both their asses. Security gets taken out as MJF makes a hasty retreat, and he books it. Hangman and Swerve close on a couple security guys with the chain. We get Hangman flipping off a Swerve to buckshot a guy, and that same guy gets a house call right after. Hangman gets a mic, says when he gets his hands on MJF, he'll strangle him with the belt before he takes it. Swerve says MJF better hope Hangman gets to him first because Swerve only gave him a taste of what he can do. Now MJF has something he wants, so may the worst man win. I like that he said that cool, yeah, instead of best man. That was kind of cool. Joe appears on the Tron with Hobbs and Hook. Says they deserve nothing. He's the one who deserves to be number one contender. He says he has the answer for these eternal obstacles, and he is Hook and Hobbs gunning for them and suggests they do this next week. Hangman says with Joe, it's the New Year, same dumbass. He begs Joe to send Hobbs and Hook to them, and Swerve proposes to make it a lights out match, which means the show will end early next week or start late.
For sure. I mean, I thought this was a really good segment to come off of a pay-per-view and remind us, like, this is your main event scene.
Yeah. I really like that.
I also like that you have, like, what is it, 4 people lining up for the title. I like, to me, as someone who likes realistic stuff in wrestling, a lot of people should want the title, right?
I agree. And I like that we're setting up like multiple avenues for this.
And I like that all of the people that are lining up for the title also have issues with each other.
Yeah,
that we can keep,
which we kind of had going into Worlds End. I like that we're continuing that.
And then MJF is kind of walking the line of like cowardly champion, but also open challenge because he's kind of like, I'm fine with taking on any of you,
have to, like,
but you got to rack up some wins first, right? So delaying if he can. Exactly what you'd expect from him, and he does this really well. So, and then the ops are providing other guys for the main players to not touch each other yet, right?
Like, I like that.
Gatekeeping
and it gives us more Hangman Swerve, which is low-key really fun.
So I wasn't blown away by anything here, but I thought it was a high-quality opening segment coming off a title change. Right?
I thought it was great. I really enjoyed it. To follow up on what happened at World's End, MJ's promo was good, but just like the typical fare, like I think he was just kind of lining up the pin so, they could knock him down kind of thing. I'm glad you brought out the Triple B. I like that. Obviously, it had to happen again. But did a killer drop, like you're saying, is setting up the main event team for the new year. Omega being back in the mix is exciting. I really like that. Joe makes sense. He lost the title. He wants it back. Then Swerve and Hangman are also major threats. So I like that. I'm interested to see how things play out in terms of who gets the title shot first, what combinations we get. I could see us getting like a 5-way where it's just basically the World's End match with Omega involved. You could also have MJF line up like 2 different triple threats. With like you could do one with Swerve and Hangman and then the other Joe and Omega, or you could do any other combination thereof. I think like a triple threat with MJF and Hangman and Omega would be interesting. Like because Hangman and Omega are like on good terms right now, so that's interesting, right? Like there's a lot you can do with this combination of guys. And they're also top tier. Like these are all main event level players.
Exactly.
So I think it's great. The main event scene's packed right now. So I'm intrigued. And if they are in the main event scene for even like the first half of the year, that's exciting. And like if you want to throw in guys like Fletcher, Takeshita, or Ospreay when he's back, Jay White if he's back, that's insane. But like those are all guys you can like. The main event scene is already super exciting, and the year is just beginning. So I thought this was a great, like, the perfect segment to put on like after your pay-per-view and as you're heading into the year. Like this was maybe like there's been better promos. Like I thought like MJ's promo before World's End was better, but like this
me too.
Did its job so well. Like I think it was like perfect segment for the perfect time, right?
Yep.
So I really love this. I thought it was great. We get a quick conglomeration interview. Renee talks about being a busy night for them because they have the trios match and Willow's also in a title match later. Briscoe says they have the TNT title already, but Will's going to bring them the TBS title tonight. Briscoe says the Death Riders will choke on their nuts tonight. I guess that's a mixed nuts reference.
I guess so.
Storm and Mina come in and say weird things to Cassidy that I don't want to talk about. Luther hands Storm an orange. She eats with the peel on, and Roddy says he doesn't want any part of this.
So Mina's jealous of Orange Cassidy. I thought Mina was funny. Do
you think that could be a heel turn?
I thought Roddy was funny at the end too. A heel turn for Mina?
Yeah. Maybe
it could be.
At some point.
Yeah.
Split that team and go heel. I don't know.
It could be. But the rest of this was just like conglomeration silliness, right? So it's fine. I'm not saying I don't like it, but there's not a lot to analyze here. I
just didn't really enjoy the Storm antics, but I'm sure I'm in the minority once again.
We always are.
Yeah. Then we move into them wrestling. It's Tony Storm and the Conglomeration, which is just Roddy and Cassie. I think this time against Death Riders, or just Claudio Garcia.
It basically felt like the Mixed Nuts run back.
A mini Mixed Nuts match, which is fine.
Yeah,
the first one was enjoyable.
Yeah, it was.
Death Riders come to Claudio's team again, which is worth noting. Oh my God, Full Nelson.
Oh, that's the hardest I've laughed in quite a while, and I don't know who was in the Full Nelson. Shafir putting it on Cassidy or
Storm,
and
Shivani.
The way
he was just like, she's like, oh my God, Full Nelson.
You said it sounded like your grandma was saying it. I said he had a mini stroke where he turned into like an elderly woman for a minute.
It was really funny.
It was pretty. We listened 3 times, and every time it made me laugh really hard. I don't know what happened.
He said it like that.
Yeah, it was very out of character for him, but funny, really, really funny.
Cassidy eats the corner barrage from Death Riders, which again we were talking about that before.
Yeah.
Roddy gets chopped by his wife, tries to break her back, which sounds crazy. But Claudio and Garcia stop him, and she judo throws him. Poor Roddy.
Mm-hmm.
Storm and Cassidy do the same dance fighting bit from World's End, so yeah, it's like a little like too soon to run that back, I think.
And the back fist looked really weak this time.
It did.
I don't remember them looking that bad on the pay-per-view.
Storm tries to swing Claudio to no avail, which I thought was kind of funny. She tries again, gets booted by Garcia. The fans don't like that. He eats an orange punch. Shafir locks Cassidy Mother's Milk. Roddy breaks it and hits a backbreaker to his wife.
Yeah, he did. That
great. Was awesome.
Yeah.
Made the whole match worth it, if I'm being honest. Storm nails Claudio with a hip attack. Cassie's a tilt-a-whirl DDT.
Nailed it, yeah.
Cassidy goes for an orange punch. Claudio distracts the rest. Yuta can interfere. Claudio uppercuts Cassidy to get the win. This is solid. Maybe a bit of a diminishing return for the World's End match, but gets Death Riders their win back, which I think was the point.
Yeah, I thought it was really fun. Yeah, you're probably right.
You get the babyface a feel-good win on the pay-per-view, and Death Riders get their win so they don't look like complete chumps. Roddy breaking his wife's back was the highlight for me. That was easily my favorite part. The Cassidy Storm bit was lame. Other than that, I enjoyed this. At least the Death Riders fighting the Conglomeration confirms they are still heel.
Right.
Like, they are at least, right? And yeah, Roddy hitting the backbreaker was the highlight. The crowd seemed to really love it too.
I thought this was fun. They got a lot done in 10 minutes, and I just thought like a good, energetic way to start the show. Like just everybody was kind of into it, so I thought it was a smart thing.
You had your big, impactful segment, then you had this to kind of get the crowd going, right?
Yep.
So I thought it was effectful, whatever.
English major.
Mercedes Moné gets a quick vignette talking about her success, and she's bragging. She's won things.
So, my note says same as always, and then like here's my question to you: what do we know about her other than she's like very confident lady? Nothing.
Maybe she's rich.
Like nothing. And you can say, well, blah blah blah. MJF, we know he has some insecurities. We know he was bullied as a kid. We know he really wants
Jewish.
He really wants the love. You know what I mean? Like we know there's depth there. There is nothing with Moné. And I'm not saying it's her fault. Maybe it's partly her fault. Because I feel like she might have some say over what she does, to be honest. But like, she is nothing other than super confident woman. There's nothing else there. When you say like Statlander doesn't have a character, Moné I guess does, but it is like the most one-dimensional thing ever, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, I could.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
I don't like how many times I say that.
And it's just like
I don't like saying CM Punk things.
We get it. She's awesome. But like, I need vignettes of her in her daily life or somewhere else. I need to see her affected by losing these titles more than just like she's mad and backstage or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's something they need to do.
Just some depth to her. Because she is just like super confident superstar. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bugs me.
Yeah, I mean that you covered pretty well.
Yeah.
Then we get Bandido versus Beast Mordos. Love that.
Yeah.
They're basically holding the same belt because the ROH title and tag title look the same.
The same.
I don't like it. It bothers me.
It would.
Bandito does like the Matador bit with his cape.
Could have lived without that.
Mordos
It was
can't help
fine.
it. He's a bull. It's kind of funny.
Went on a bit too long.
He does headbutt the crap out of him after.
He did.
So
He did.
Makes it worth it. Corkscrew suicide dive from Mordos. Mordos gets sent to the floor. Huge crossbody to the floor with the cape on from Bandito. A really crazy tilt-a-whirl head scissors from Bandito. Frog splash for 2. Beautiful pop-up Samoan drop from Mordos for 2. Torture rack backbreaker and discus layer from Mordos for 2. Another discus lariat. Goes for corkscrew moonsault. He misses. Bandito smashes him with the X knee. Beautiful. And then the 21 plex gets the win. Really a fun TV match. The results never in doubt, but I liked it. It was entertaining.
Yeah, man. Like Mordos' role is go in, have
smash a 10-minute
and I feel like the crowd reacts to him like they've never seen him before every time. Like everyone's really into his stuff.
I wonder how many people on like most shows haven't seen him before.
Right.
Or like don't remember him.
So just that's his thing. Have entertaining matches, but don't really win. So yeah, it was a good TV match for sure. I mean, a lot of my refrain on this episode is really good match. We knew the outcome. Yeah. Other than the main event.
But that's
TV. Like you can't.
That is TV, and also it's just like you came off a pay-per-view with like a couple shocking title changes.
Yeah, and there's like, one here.
We're just and we're just kind of ending the year strong with like that's why like you kind of get a retread of the mixed nuts match. You get a warm-up win for Bandito since he's the next world title challenger. Like I'll talk about it at the end, obviously, but like I think given what the show is and when it is, it's okay that it's just like predictable. And if it's predictable and it's good, then it's still good.
Predictable does not mean bad. We say that all.
Yeah,
that could almost be on our bingo card too. We used to say that all the time.
I'll add it. I mean,
predictable does not mean bad.
Where's the bingo card?
They are not synonyms.
Predictable isn't bad.
And then I mean I could. Oh no, I said I could summarize the next match, but there's a segment in between it.
Oh, I didn't mean to press enter. Equal. There we go. So we have 15 terms for the potential FNS wrestling bingo card. So ladies and gentlemen, wait for that because one day we'll have a bingo card just for funsies.
Yep.
Just because it's funny the amount of things that we say on the regular. Anywho, next is the Bandito interview. I assume it's after commercial break because otherwise that's pretty quick. Bandito says stuff in Spanish about MJF. Brody says Bandito is the most wanted. He has people coming for him from AEW, ROH, CMLL. He'll have a bigger target on his back when he becomes AEW World Champion. He gets the first title shot because they talked about it.
Yeah.
I love that they're so aligned, and I like that they have like that.
I think that was the point, right? To show us.
That he gets the title shot. But sorry, Brody, you're not getting nothing because Bandito's not winning. But I like this. Like I'm just glad they're still together because then, maybe they do some single stuff for a bit, bring them back in the tag division later in the year.
I feel like that was this saying like they're still together. They're okay with each other having singles pursuits.
I like that.
Right?
That makes me happy.
And Brody speaking for him is endearing in some way, right?
So yeah, I like that. Especially that's the kind of thing that Stylander needs because if Bandito's English isn't perfect, boom.
Yes. And they didn't even put up subtitles or anything. They just let him roll.
Which is fine.
Yep, I agree.
Then we get Brody King versus Big Shotty.
And I think the promo before the interview was longer than this, possibly.
Big Shotty. I wrote Lee Johnson's Brody King versus Lee Johnson. Under that, I just wrote Big Shotty.
Big Shotty.
He hits a tope to Brody King during his entrance to get something in there. Thrust kick from Lee. Big Larry from Brody King. Cannonball. Gonzo bomb. Drilled it.
Amazing.
For the win. Killer squash match. It was all worth it just to nail that Gonzo bomb because that was a thing of beauty.
It was. I will watch Brody King kill people anytime. So
Brian Cage to come back because I haven't seen a drill claw in eons.
So just a win for each of them in singles matches, right? I think was kind of the point here.
Yeah.
And this was super quick, but it was cool.
And I think it like works for each of them because Bandito is such a great wrestler and like to showcase his abilities in a more drawn out match makes the most sense. And again, someone who will complement his styles like Beast Mordos. And then Brody King's like a smash mouth bruiser. So I think having him just steamroll a guy also fits him. Like they're both their matches this week kind of befit them. So I like that.
Me too.
This one was really short, but it did its job. Then we got a Darby Allin promo. He says he's not numb to pain. He's more aware of it than anyone, but he's also aware of what it gives him. He sees the arguments against his way of life and says he wants to finish what he started with the Death Riders and beat the only one he hasn't been in Pac, which I like because I feel like.
But it's a lie.
Gives him an out. What do you mean it's a lie?
Because doesn't Yuta later say
beaten Yuta before?
Oh, he has?
I think is the thing.
I thought he was saying he didn't face Yuta.
No, I think it was like thinking Yuta's like, I'm the gatekeeper.
Oh.
He says he doesn't know when or where, but he needs the win to finish things. I like this because it was just a simple promo, but it's also like it gives Darby an end goal because his whole thing was like to end the Death Riders, and like that's kind of like an impossible thing because they kind of are going to carry on anyways until like obviously they'll morph and evolve when they kick out Moxley, right?
Yes.
Or turn babyface, whichever it is.
Yeah.
But like I like him having to defeat all the Death Riders because like that kind of gives him the end goal. The fact that the end goal is Pac is kind of odd, but it's also because he
makes me happy as a Pac lover.
I like it. It's probably because he was injured.
Yes,
that's probably part of it.
Or because he's the best one of all.
Or because he's the best one, and we're gonna get the Pac Pool Combat Club after this.
We need to,
right? But anyways, I do like that because it's a tangible end goal for this feud.
Yeah,
right, with Darby and the Death Riders. So I like that. And it was a solid promo.
It was in his like art school dropout style of thing.
Yeah, and it was a cool way to explain like, I'm reckless, but it's good.
And he should have like the whole Death Riders thing is still festering with him until he can beat them all. That's fine.
I like that there's some end goal here.
And Pac Darby sounds cool. So
I mean, the first match was killer. Yeah. So yeah. Anyways, then we go to speaking of Death Riders, it's Jonathan Moxley and Joshua Alexander in an AEW Continental Championship Eliminator. Not a title
I don't even
match.
know if I picked up on that.
It's an eliminator.
Okay.
Which means if Josh Alexander gets a win, he gets a title shot. If not, then he does not get title contention.
They really don't use them to have the person win.
They have, though.
Not a lot.
No, that's the joke. But then there's times where like it happens. Like Jay White and Juice did it once. Other people did it.
It's a low percentage.
Like, okay, so it's like I know it's happened numerous times, but there's so many of them. I struggle to remember who's won them other than that Bullet Club Gold one, because it led to like one of the best tag team matches of all time.
Yeah.
But that's like there's other ones that people have won.
I'm sure there are, just not often.
Takeshi and Okada won one. That was recent because then we got the Wrestle Dream match.
Sure. You say so.
That's how they got that. Well, that one was weird because it was the Double Jeopardy eliminator. So someone was going to win a title shot either way.
Yeah.
So, I guess that one's like kind of a caveat, but it still counts.
Yeah, I guess so. I've actually found a place that tracks them all.
Did you actually?
I just don't know who the eliminator. So,
give me like
Samoa Joe defeated Dustin Rhodes.
That doesn't sound like that. Seems like Joe was champion
in a singles eliminator match on Dynamite. Thankfully, Swerve ran in for the save.
So that's when Joe was champion. Yeah.
Tony Storm defeated AZM.
That was definitely not a title.
Strong defeated Romero.
That also, I don't even know who would be champion in that one.
So I don't know what this is talking about.
International title, I guess. Yeah, right.
Maybe. Anyways, it doesn't say who was the.
Okay, wait. When you're talking, I'll try to find that list because I'll be able to more decipher who's champion. Alexander with a lot of leg targeting early on. Corner jabs, chops from Mox. Alexander puts Mox in the turbo and does like his crossbody spot he usually does on the apron, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was.
Also kind of reminiscent of Macklin's move.
Yes, which I like.
Whatever that's called.
Crosshair.
Sure.
Look at me knowing move names.
Mox locks Alexander in
Mox locks?
Yeah. That I need.
Brock lock. Mox lock.
Brock lock. I love Brock lock. Alexander should have done that. That'd be great.
Lock.
That'd be a great move to pull out on Moxley right now. Like Sheldon needs to do that because Sheldon and Brock used to be tag partners.
Mm-hmm.
So Sheldon better do that next week. Mox gets Alexander in a sleeper, but he slips out quick. Locks Mox. Oh dear. Mox lock. Jesus. In an ankle lock, but Mox is able to get a rope break to the bottom rope. Mox goes for a pile driver on the apron. Alexander fights out. We get a bit of back and forth on the apron with chops and forearms. Alexander kicks Mox's knee out, then hits a front slam on the apron, which always looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Strike exchange. Alexander kicks the knee again. Mox comes back with a cutter for 2. Alexander sends Mox in the corner with a dropkick. Straps go down. Mox comes back with a big lariat suicide dive. Later on, diving knee drop to Mox's leg from Alexander. Tucks the leg more. We get hammer and elbows till he knocks Alexander's headgear off, which I thought was kind of cool. Chokes Alexander on the sleeper, and Mox wins. No title shot for Alexander. Shelton Benjamin MVP come out on the stage. I guess Shelton wants next.
Shelton is next because I heard Lashley's hurt, remember? So I think that gives Shelty something to do.
Which is good.
Yeah. I thought this was really good, really physical, but also like technical, and it felt like it was long. I don't know how long it actually was, but I think it felt like the longest match on the show. So Mox is a face, his faction is a heel, and I am interested to see where that goes. I think he does.
Was yours Eliminator Archives?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was. So yeah, I thought this was really good. And again, obviously Moxley's winning. Or I mean, pretty obviously it was an eliminator, so I guess there's a chance.
Mina won a 4-way one to get a title shot. Does that count? Because it's like, I guess it was bound to happen, but because it's a 4-way. Anyways, keep going. I'm going to keep going.
I'm done. I thought it was good.
Yeah, no, so I'm kind of like looking through the list as, wait, Takeshi with Bailey, what eliminator was that? Oh, because That one doesn't even count because like that was the one. Remember the match they had on MLP where it was like Bailey gets a title or no, yeah, was that one's weird because it's not on AEW. That one's kind of weird. Mariah May like MJF defeats Kyle Fletcher. I feel like they're incomplete because I feel like there was more recent ones where people did win a title shot. I know it's happened. It's the Acclaimed beat the Bucks. That one is definitely them getting a title shot. And I don't see anything else. I'm gonna stop. Match thoughts. There we go. I'm organized. This one felt like it got good time. I thought Mox on the backpedal a lot more because he's babyface, but Alexander got to look good as a result. Thought he got a lot in, looked smart going after the leg. Especially since he already used the ankle lock on the regular. It's kind of he was a good choice for opponent, I thought. Result was never in doubt, but I did like that they sold Alexander could get a title shot by surviving the time limit, which I think, while again I didn't think he was going to, it made it more possible you would get a title shot. Because the Continental time limit, it's like, okay, you just survive the match, you get a title shot, which I think has maybe happened before.
Not sure.
Anyways, disappointed. Seemed like no Death Rider's turn this week, but it has to be happening sooner rather than later. So yeah. Then we
get a late entry in our worst stuff.
Triangle Amanda's promo. Tekla says Sisters of Sin did what they did best at World's End, and they say Sisters of Sin
in unison. That has to go. You can't do that
in unison, in like almost monotone. Dare I say?
You looked away.
I was just like, oh.
You were secondhand embarrassment. Yeah,
I immediately was like cringing.
And that cringe is used way too much, but this was literally
actively made me cringe. I'm sorry. Yeah. Tekla says she watched Stat and Haters match. Stat is only at the top, so they want to take her place. Credit to Tekla for trying, because she wasn't terrible, but this was bad. This was not good. The Sisters of Sin were absolutely brutal here. The first line was so cringe and it was delivered like in such a wooden.
It was so bad.
Manner.
Wooden is correct.
I was immediately reacting in a negative way. Like this was bad. Immediate worst stuff. Because luckily we haven't done it yet.
I mean, at least they seem to be thrusting Tekla into the more. She's more visible. She's literally in the foreground. She's the one doing the majority of the talking. And she was trying a little too hard, I would suggest, but at least she was trying and bringing energy, while the other two are like reanimated corpses, right?
Do you think they're trying to do like the creepy sisters like bit?
That's the tone they're going for, and it's just really hard. They look like a couple.
It's really corny. I'm sorry. And then like even when they talked, like because they did the line in unison, which was like super like monotone wooden, like that was like clearly they're trying to do like that creepy sisters bit. And then like Tekla spoke, and then they each had like an individual line, the two sisters in. But even then, like I felt they were talking more normally. It still felt wooden, or it still felt like kind of delivered bland.
I feel like they are living, walking versions of like dolls for tweens,
mannequins,
not like, but like play like you'd get like not quite Barbies, but like those Bratz dolls or whatever. It's whatever. Like for your 11-year-old girl, and Sky Blue's the edgy whatever, and you have the blonde
the goth one, and then you have like the cheerleader looking one.
I don't know, man. It was really bad.
It was like immediately I knew this was terrible too. Like
it was.
Usually it's like, okay, it's like after, and then we'll talk about it here. I'm like, okay, yeah, that was bad, but like, this one was just like I couldn't even contain it. I was just like, oh, immediately.
And I feel bad for Tekla because I think she has potential, but
I think she's somewhat talented. I think the other two might be my worst tag team.
Yeah, that's fair.
Anyways, next we get Ricochet versus Jack Perry for the AEW national title. Either it was before a commercial break or during a commercial break, or I didn't see it because I don't remember Perry getting an entrance. I just remember Ricochet coming out and Perry was there.
I might have fast forwarded the commercial a bit lengthy.
Maybe that was it.
I feel like I
don't remember seeing an entrance from Perry. Yeah. Goa and Luchasaurus are fighting ringside. Ricochet hits a distracted Perry with a springboard kick to knock him off to the floor, and then we get a suicide dive. Ricochet blocks a tornado DDT, counters into his Northern Lights suplex into a brainbuster. That looked awesome.
It did.
Then he falls with the shooting star for 2. We get a comeback lariat from Perry for 2. Wheelbarrow bulldog on the floor from Perry, which I thought landed really hard. Like I thought it looked really good on the floor. Perry spikes Ricochet with the diving DDT for 2. He lines up for his running knee. Colin grabs his foot for the distraction. Ricochet blasts on the spear gun for the win. Then after the match, we get a big beatdown. Luchasaurus batters the bad shoulder with a barricade and a chair. And he basically just gets written off.
Yeah, good match again.
That was good.
We knew who the winner was going to be, but there were some nice little sequences.
But my thing was like Perry continues to impress in singles matches, so like I hope he gets some spotlight as Luchasaurus is gone, because I do think he tends to do really well.
I don't think he'll get spotlight, but He may be
not spot, but I just mean like I want to see him in some matches.
Have good matches and lose.
That's okay. I'll say that's at least I'm looking for that.
And if Luchasaurus is gone, why not use it as an opportunity to make the demand look vicious, right? Like
I agree. I like that
smart use.
We knew we had to write off Luchasaurus. That's fine. We accomplished that effectively, and then we come off better, all the better for it, right?
Yep, I agree.
And yeah, like I thought the post-match angle, it was good, and the match was good as well. Like both these guys are pretty talented in the ring. I thought it was like not the most notable, but it was really good quality. And then yeah, the post-match was probably what this was all about.
Yeah.
Then we get Death Rider's promo. Moxley says Shelton doesn't have to come out and look at him. He's easy to find. And he ends this year on top like he was in the beginning. I mean, if we're just counting a belt as on top, I guess that's fair. He's mid-card, but now. Okay. Yuta says he saw what Darby said, and if he wants to get to Pac, he has to go through him. He's like, you forgot the most deranged member of the Death Riders. I'm just like, oh, buddy. Moxley, like, so Gabe Kidd is a lunatic, and he's kind of a member, but even if we're not counting him, Moxley is like forking people in the head straight up, and like the things he did to Darby Allin's ear alone.
Pac's a bastard.
Pac's a bastard. Like the things Moxley did to Darby Allin's ear alone outdo anything I've ever seen Yuta do ever.
But that's why it's funny. That's why Yuta's funny.
It did amuse me.
Yeah.
So that was funny. Garcia says it doesn't matter who you are. It's Death Riders versus the world in 2026. Thoughts here, sir?
They do seem like that. Overall, they seemed on the same page here.
Yes.
But then Claudio teased taking like a step in the opposite direction before he followed the group. So again, I like to read too much into these things, but maybe that's him.
I like to think AEW is for the smarties.
Right. Symbolizing like he is going to be the leader because he's the first one to sort of step in another direction and he's going to pull the other people with him probably, right? And then they seem to linger on, they were in front of, I forget what it was, but they lingered on the structure or the stack or whatever it was. I couldn't see anything, but
and I could be wrong too.
For no reason,
it looked like Yuta was staring at Mox the whole time, like looking at him with some disdain. Maybe Garcia too, but definitely Yuta.
So again, we love to read too much into this, but
yeah, with AEW it doesn't feel unwarranted because usually they're at least they're willing to pay us stuff off.
True.
Yeah. So like, it's so weird to have Moxley as a face with the rest of the group still clearly heel, or at least like leaning so. And it can't be lasting. Whether the Death Riders go face or boot out Moxley, I think something has to change. And obviously, I'm leaning towards the latter. I'm praying for the latter. Mox has been showing the same kind of weakness that they perceived Danielson to have way back when. And Death Riders need to be, for consistency's sake and logic's sake, you can't have them just be okay with that when they plastic bag Danielson and executed him, basically, for being weak and like going like the nice red river, which Moxley seems to be going now.
So if Moxley becomes like Danielson, then Claudio's got to become like Moxley, right? And cut the fat.
Which that's why that has to happen, right? They need to purge the weak link, so to speak. And I think the signs are here. Like Yuta, I think was looking at Moxley and they lingered a bit. Claudio almost went in a different direction. Like I think it's coming still.
I do too.
I'm just curious what they think the right point is. I'm not saying that like we're like going too long, so I think it's still okay to wait a bit.
I do too.
I'm just curious what they'll choose is the right time.
And I think
I would have thought World's End.
I think it's reasonable to say that Moxley winning a title has bought him a little more time.
I agree.
So you can drag it out.
That was the thing I thought was interesting too. Is because I still thought it was going to be like, okay, for sure, World's End is the time where they're going to do it. But yeah, that was why I was surprised Moxley won, because I thought, okay, we get him in the final, like, so he's still kind of got it. But it's like he loses the final, so okay, he dropped the ball when it matters most again, right?
Yeah.
That kind of idea. But then, like, I think you're right that's kind of an interesting route to look at it, where, like, yeah, he's won a title, and like he said, he's kind of ending on top again, so that kind of, like, buys them time, where, like, Claudio especially, because I think Claudio seems to be the one that'll take the charge. It's like, okay, Claudio's probably thinking something along the lines of, like, okay, Moxley's one time, maybe he's still that ruthless guy. He's still that guy who's going to lead us to the promised land and restore AEW to whatever their original vision was, right? So maybe, like, yeah, Claudio's second-guessing whether they need to do this or not. Maybe Shafir is second-guessing if they need to do this or not, right? I thought
or
it was
if
cool.
The timing is right, you know? Like, if Claudio knows he needs to pull everybody else into it, maybe this isn't the time.
Or maybe Claudio's thinking, like, he'll be able to unify everyone, when Moxie's weakest, right? I thought it was cool that Shafir was also holding his belt. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, this was interesting. It kind of like puts another, like, I don't know, I'm not roadblocking this, but just like there's another
Layer?
layer to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So this is interesting. Like I think they're telling a really good story here. I'm just curious to see where it goes. We get a quick Willow Harley segment backstage. Harley says Willow needs to treat the last match of the year like it's the last match of her life. Willow talks about how long it's been since she lost the TBS title. I think it was like 548 days or something like that.
I think so.
She's been waiting for this opportunity since then, so she's going to make it count. And yeah, this was pretty much it, but this was solid stuff. Pretty short, but it was good. Just kind of hypes her up for the match.
Yeah, Willow's just super easy to root for, right? And her buddy's giving her a little pep talk. That's all. Yeah.
MJF interview, quick. He says Renee is silly. He's not worried about anything because she was kind of mentioning all the people gunning for him right now. And he'll make his last title reign seem short in comparison. Brodito interrupt, and King says MJ should be worried about Bandito. He'll be coming home with the Triple B at Maximum Carnage, and he called it Bandito's Big Bell, which I thought was funny.
Yep.
MJ says their handshake is cute, and then he walks away.
That was funny. That made me laugh. But yeah, I like Brody speaking for Bandito again here. That's cool.
I agree. I like this. Pretty simple stuff. I hope we get some sort of segment next week just to kind of like build this match a bit. Obviously, it's like the match is in 2 weeks from this Dynamite, so obviously it's like there's not going to be a ton.
Yeah.
A build into it since like it's just a weekly TV match, and we know like obviously Bandito doesn't really have a shot. But I'd like something just to like kind of put some juice into it.
Yeah.
You know. Then we go to our main event, which is Mercedes Moné defending the TBS title against one half of the women's tag champs, Willow. We get Moné missing a meteor against the LED barricade, and then she gets pounced into the metal barricade in the adjacent like
looked
like
really
corner.
good.
I thought it was really cool the way they did that. Loved that. Looked really cool. Willow backslides Moné for a 2 count, then smashes the Shore Arm Lariat for 2. Kind of the Okada spot, except Okada doesn't go for the pin. He just rolls them through into a lariat.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. Willow with a shotgun dropkick from the middle rope, followed by a cannonball in the corner for 2. Moné catches Willow with the knee, counters the spinebuster attempt, but then gets pounced in the ring this time. DVD from Willow for 2. Willow hits the Doctor Bomb for 2, but Moné gets her foot on the ropes. Then Willow misses a moonsault attempt. And then Moné goes up for a frog splash. Willow gets her knees up. DVD on the apron from Willow looked nasty. Cannonball attempt from Willow off the apron. She misses and crashes and burns on the floor. Moné goes for a 3-meat, goes on the floor. Hits the first 2, but the last one, Willow counter, shoves her in the apron. Clears the announce table. They go up there. Dr. Bomb makes counter. Moné with a suplex on the table that looks pretty nasty.
It did.
Does not buckle.
It didn't break.
Willow, she goes for the doctor. No, wait, that's the wrong thing. Hammer and anvil elbows from Moné, which I thought was surprising because that's like the Death Rider thing. She locks in the bank statement. Willow counters, gets Moné on her shoulders. Moné fights out, goes for the Money Maker. Willow drives her in the corner. Finish comes with Moné, covers Willow in a jackknife pin for 2. Willow powers out, Doctor Bomb, and Willow gets the win.
And I know the story is Moné's losing belts, but I still didn't know if this was...
I thought this would be the last belt, though.
Right.
Or last of like the major ones. The conglomeration of Jason Babyface coming. You got like Jet Speed, Cassidy, Storm, Mina. A lot of people here. Statlander eventually comes out, and there's like a bit of a like what's going to happen.
Tension, right?
But then they hug it out. So that was a nice moment to end the show. And you get like pink confetti and everything.
I thought this was a pretty awesome...
Really strong main event. I'm a little disappointed we did the best of before this because this would have been like a nomination for sure.
I liked it better than Hater and Stat from the pay-per-view.
Absolutely. I thought this was a more consistent match.
And I liked that match.
This was more consistently good. And I thought the fans also were more into it too. Like I think if you want a babyface champion, I think at some point it needs to be Willow. I think
it does. The crowd just wants to... They connect with her and want her to win.
If she's not going to be world champion, I'm glad she gets this belt again. And because it felt like when she won the title the first time, it was clear she was transitioning it to Moné.
Yeah.
Now that doesn't have to happen, I'm really excited for what we could do with her as champion. It felt like they got a lot of time to work with for a TV match. And I'm again like I wish we could have included this in the best of. I thought Willow nailed the pounce both times she did. It looked great. Really strong match. They both look great. A lot of back and forth here though. It was really entertaining. I'm surprised Willow won. I did not think when she lost the title to Moné back in 2024, like I mentioned, that she would eventually be the one to dethrone her. But I like that. I'm happy for her. It's a really cool full circle moment. Feels like it's been a pretty good year for her. And now she gets the distinction of being not only the first 2-time TBS champion, which is really cool.
Double champ.
But the first like women's double champ, or like at least the whole 2 AEW belts, because obviously Moné had like a million. 100% deserved and a feel-good cap of the year too. Like a really just great feel-good moment for the
Felt like
an
important main event. Like we always enjoy the action in AEW main events on Dynamite, but it's not always like important. You know what I mean? This one felt important, even just the match itself, and then the title change makes it even more significant, obviously.
And I like the big babyface celebration at the end, too, with Statlander coming out. That was nice.
I thought a really good end to a very entertaining show to start.
And I'd say a good end to a great year.
I was going to say to start 2026, but I guess technically it was ending. But yeah, I thought a really entertaining show. I thought Moxley Alexander and the main event were both like excellent TV matches.
All the matches were good.
And the opening segment was really good. And then you just
Death Rider's promo was also good.
Sisters of Sin was gave us some humor.
I don't know. That's almost another plus for the show because it was so bad.
Funny.
It was like,
it was worth talking about.
Yeah, that's not even a knock against the show.
I went B+ overall. I thought just below an A tier show.
I don't know what would take it to an A-, maybe like. But it's almost there. So I agree with the B+ too. But a really good like Dynamite to end the show or end the year.
I thought so too.
And like it helps me look forward to 2026. I think.
Absolutely, good show. All right, break from analysis into a little bit of trivia segment. You know well if you're a regular listener. We call it Off the Top of His Head. So I did not use AI this week, so I'm going to assume this information is accurate because I'm going to rely on Cage Match to do it for me. So in honor of MJF winning the title, we're going to go with MJF's 15 highest rated matches according to Cage Match. So I give you the event and obviously the year, and then you tell me the match and anything, if stipulation, if you have it, or anything you want to discuss. You understand? Get how it works?
See.
All right. Number 15. AEW All Out 2025.
Oh, Tables and Tacks. We were there.
Correct.
Briscoe.
So excellent match. We loved it. Meltzer gave it 4 3/4 if you forgot. So number 14, AEW, the recent. So these are, you'll start out knowing these for sure. AEW Revolution 2025.
Hangman.
Correct. Just a singles match, right? 4.5 stars from Meltzer on that one. Number 13 was at Dynamite number 91 Fan Appreciation Night 2021.
That's not real.
June 30th, 2021. So a TV match in 21.
Jack Perry.
No, but
Darby Allin.
you're in like right size.
Guevara.
Yes, Sammy Guevara.
Yes.
That is correct. What did I say? That was 13. So number 12. AEW Dynamite 250, July.
Ospreay.
Yes, July 17th, 2024.
Yeah.
You knew that for a fact?
Yep.
Wow.
That's the match. That was our best TV match of 2024.
Okay. AEW All In London 2023.
Adam Cole.
Correct. 4.5 stars from the Melts. All right. Number 10, is it? Am I already at 10? What did I just do? Yes, we're already at 10. All In London 2024.
Ospreay.
Yes, 5 stars from Dave Meltzer.
Damn.
That was a good one, eh?
It was.
Number 9. Dynamite 193. June 14th, 2023. So think of the feud at that time.
Adam Cole.
Correct. Very good. Adam Cole is correct. Number 8.
Baby.
Dynamite number 122. February 2nd, 2022.
Punk.
Correct. Damn. 4.25 stars. That's pretty good. Number 7. Full Gear 2021.
Darby Allin.
Correct. 4.5.
That was that match where MJF's wearing like lavender purple and he wins with a ring shot on the side headlock takeover.
Oh, yeah.
That was like great match back in the day. I forgot about that one. That's a great match.
Double or Nothing 2023.
4 Pillars 4-way.
Correct.
Yeah. Perry, Darby, Guevara.
Yeah, I remember liking that. Right.
It was good.
Yeah.
Some people were underwhelmed. I really enjoyed
4
it.
3/4 from the Melts.
That was before, I think, probably my favorite Anarchy in the Arena with Blackpool and Elite.
Number 5, Revolution 2022.
Oh, Punk Dog Collar.
Correct. Very good. Punk Dog Collar. Number 4. So I also wanted to drive home like how many great matches this guy's had.
Yeah.
Right.
This is
Honestly.
like a lot of his matches in AEW, right?
AEW Collision. Number 20. October 28th, 2023. 4 3/4 stars.
Was this the Omega match?
It was the Omega match.
Yeah.
Damn, you're good. You are good at this.
I do remember watching that. It was good. That was good.
Number 3. I don't remember this at all. Sounds good, though. AEW Dynamite 65, a celebration of Mr. Brody Lee's life.
Oh, I just saw
December
a clip of
30th,
this.
2020.
It wasn't Silver and Reynolds
Yes.
involved?
Yes.
Was it them and Uno? Or is it Vance?
No.
Cole Cabana?
No.
Hangman.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, I just
So
saw
Dark Order with Hangman against.
That's one of his highest rated matches? MJF and what, like Santana Ortiz?
Yes. So 9.15
Wow.
on Cage Match.
I mean, I guess you get ups for
no
the
rating given for Meltzer.
I guess you get ups for the timing.
I guess so. So number 2, if I say this, will it help? Only one not in AEW.
MJF?
Mm-hmm.
Was it Oku?
No. CMLL 92.
Mystico?
Yeah, Mystico.
Okay.
5.5 stars from Meltzer. Damn. Did we watch that?
No.
Maybe we should.
Maybe.
Huh. And his best match ever. Do you want to just guess?
Is it Danielson?
It is Danielson.
Revolution
from when?
2023?
Yes.
That is
stipulation?
The 60-minute Ironman, right?
Correct.
That was a great match. Those matches are hard to pull off.
5 3/4 stars from Meltzer. 9.63.
That was an awesome match.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of fun, and that's a reliable way of doing. I can just pull it up.
You can do that for like a lot of people.
I
think it'd be interesting for AEW just because like the matches are generally better.
Yes. All right. Great job. We're switching back to more analysis. It's going to be quick because I don't have anything for Raw this week. So what I call high spots and rest holds is really just going to be quickly burning through NXT, but we're still going to call it high spots and rest holds. Having already covered the year-end awards, will save us a bit of time here with the NXT, so let's take a look. It starts out, and one of my notes is sarcastically like, this developmental program, right, starts out with a couple rookies, Moose and Ethan Page, who've both been wrestling, 10 to 20 years? Probably over a decade for both. However,
I think I just saw it for Ethan Page. I forget.
It's been a long time for both of them in developmental. But anyways, Page attacks before the bell. Moose gets an early spear. Page escapes to the floor, back and forth. Crowd is behind Moose. Is he a face in TNA? Do you know?
Yes.
He is right now?
He is.
Because I wasn't sure.
The system are all faces. It's weird.
Page speared through the barricade. Another in the ring. But he gets his foot on the ropes. Crazy backdrop to Moose on the steps, like right off the edge of the steps. It looked really good. Twisted grin shortly after, back in the ring. Page retains. About 10 minutes. Pretty good opening match, honestly. Again, this is not a developmental match here. This is full-on veterans having a pretty good match.
The Hardys have been here, so I guess that's like what we're doing now.
I guess so. I'm happy to watch a match like this. It was quite good, but like, what are we really doing here? This is not a developmental match. And Moose gets pinned clean by a known cheater.
No surprise.
Yeah, no surprise. Sean Spears and Nico Vance got it. So they're afraid of Paxley because she came out with the chainsaw last week, right? Burst through the paper wall with the chainsaw and sort of chased them away.
Right, yes.
So Izzy Dame is annoyed because they're kind of afraid of her, so she's going to have to take care of Tatum Paxley herself. And then somebody has taken Kendall Gray out backstage, and Ren is there to call for help. And I was like, man, why wasn't this in the parking lot? And it seems like the parking lot is a lot safer.
That's so
in NXT these days.
NXT's fallen off,
right? So Izzy Dame follows up.
Parking lot used to be feared.
She's in the ring to talk about Paxley, and she was not very good here. I'm not gonna lie. Dame talks about regretting trying to help Tatum reach her potential. Paxley can't be fixed, and nothing she can do will ever scare Izzy Dame. More stuff along those lines. Paxley comes out. She felt everything. She's sorry. ... that Dame is so insecure. She went for one of those classic, Dame uses fear to hurt and control people. And I was like, have we seen evidence of this? Is this a tell not show? Has she used fear to hurt and control people? Maybe. I don't know. This is what happens because you don't watch it with me. So you with the memory, you can't rely on me.
Not that I can, I can try.
Dame is too scared to see what she herself actually is. Paxley doesn't need friends like Dame. She needs friends like the fans. Isn't that lovely? Little more back and forth.
I'm friends with her.
Little more back and forth. Ends with a match at New Year's Evil without Vance or Spears at ringside. Dame tries to get the last word and leave, but Paxley tells I actually like this. She's like, you're not in control anymore, and this is over when I say it is. So sort of like you can't get the last word and walk out, right? I thought that was cool. Dame tries a cheap shot boot from behind, which I also like. Paxley like ducks it even though she can't see it coming, and then hits her flipping slam thing. I don't know.
I know what it's called. It just doesn't matter.
It's not what
Cemetery Drive, is that her or is that Dolan? Because I think it might be hers.
But what was the thing that the guy did that came to AEW and botched right away that you liked that we met? Yes.
Oh, it's
not that thing.
Lighting spiral?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is not that.
Okay.
Good on you for you. We got there.
We got there. So Dame has potential as a heel, but she didn't go far enough into like the evil pushy mastermind that now they're trying to tell us that she was, right?
Right. They kind of like stop short and then they're just like telling
like,
you what happened anyways.
Yeah, like a couple weeks where I was like, are they baby faces now?
Right,
like,
but like she was kind of manipulating her.
I guess.
But but it's just wasn't there enough, I guess.
I guess. It wasn't developed far enough for me.
Right.
I think there was potential there. Paxley's certainly over as a baby face, so that's been successful. Damon, the culling, just, I don't know, they need a bit more edge to them or something. They don't seem to do anything with Vance and Spears either. So she's like the de facto leader of a group that doesn't actually do anything. So I guess good for you. But anyways, then we get JC Jane versus Ren Sinclair. Jane's in control early. Ren then starts targeting the left arm. Ren goes on a bit of a roll, but gets flattened by a nice knee strike. Double underhook submission where she can you picture this? Ren with the double underhook submission where she walks around the person. So she has them in like a
are they on their stomach?
Not the what cattle mutilation?
Yeah, but
then she flips and
okay, that makes sense. That's what I was picturing.
Okay, good. A couple transitions and submissions, but Jane escapes and wins with a sudden rolling elbow. Her knee and elbow strikes, JC Jane, are looking very good. Say what you will about her. Fatal attraction attack after the match, but Kendall Gray comes down to even the odds, slaps an armbar on JC Jane, who visibly taps. The story, I think, is that her arm has been compromised by this match and the aftermatch heading into the match with Gray. Is there a chance they put the title on Gray?
Yeah.
I think there is, right?
Double champion.
And JC Jane, like, she has nothing else to do. And she is, I will say, I thought this was a solid 8-minute match. Ren got a little more than I thought. Jane really has become a good heel. Her mannerisms, her taunts are good. Her strikes look good. I
did not think she would outlast the other two in
me either.
Toxic
Attraction. I probably would have guessed she'd be the first one out.
Yeah. Especially because like Gigi Dolan was on the indies.
I don't think JC Jane will be like a top of the card heel, but she can
be
like
mid-card titles though.
She can be an upper mid-card heel forever, I feel like.
They have the mid-card women's titles on the main rosters. I think that's her spot, and you need people there.
And then Ren, her situation is strange to me because she's trying to lead a women's shooter faction, but never wins.
She's the gatekeeper.
She never wins and has never accomplished anything, while the junior member is like
already a champion and has got the title shot for the big one.
So kayfabe-wise, I'm not sure why Gray would be aligned with Ren, I guess
it's like they're friends. It's not like
so. That's exactly what I said. I think it's like Gray they're friends, and she just plays along with Ren's kind of delusions that they're like this.
Yeah,
faction.
just because it's like it's not
it's
harmless, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that's what we're going for. We get Joe Hendry.
Yay.
Okay, man. I almost sent this to you. Booker T sings Joe Hendry's theme, and it is like peak obnoxiousness. So
maybe I heard it from you. I don't remember.
And it means I don't think so. And it means it will happen every time now. So the good news is Hendry's gone to main roster, hopefully, because he's going to do it every time. So Joe talks about having a great year in NXT. Plays guitar, sings a song, kind of summarizing some of the events in NXT. Couple funny lines along the way. There's one about an iguana stealing Paige's car and Henry making Dark State famous that I liked. Shilling for the CW network is baked in, obviously, with this.
Naturally.
Dark State come out, take Henry out, and nobody comes to help. And it's just the segment just ends. Like they're just beating him down.
No one cares.
And then it's like cut to Ava and Blake Monroe, basically, right? So
wonderful.
The segment, like, I really enjoyed some of Hendry's early songs, right? Because
I remember you talking about like there's the Cardona one, right?
And they were accompanied by
Top
like
Dollar one,
accompanied by like funny videos too, though. So now it's just him, sort of like
That's funny.
Defanged to do it in WWE and no video with it. So it really felt like he was making these things in TNA, and I think he was, and they were using them. And now it feels like he's part of the machine.
Yeah.
And they're way less interesting.
Which doesn't surprise me.
So it doesn't me either, but too bad. Ava's talking to Blake Monroe. Monroe is doing like, she can't even do her hair or get dressed because she's so distraught by this, which I think is actually okay.
Mm-hmm.
What I didn't get here, and also they're still doing the whole ref thing. So Monroe wants Ava to promise that she'll have a different ref this time because the ref botched the hail thing so badly. Ava's like, I can't guarantee it, but I'll do my best.
Yes, if you can.
If not her. Okay, so sorry.
Why? Okay, let's say they are trying to sell it as a ref mistake. Why wouldn't Ava just do that? Like, what's wrong with? Is it because Blake's a heel, so she has to like antagonize? Ava has to antagonize her?
No, because she follows up. Funny you say that, by immediately giving Ava or giving Blake a pep talk about you need to bring the glamour back for your rematch with Hale, like giving her advice on how to be more successful. So I was very confused here. But anyways,
I'm sure she did it with like great acting chops, though. At least, right?
Digression.
She did it like believably.
No. Digression into JCW. So Vampiro is the showrunner. So then
that's like
I told you I enjoyed JCW this week, except everything that Vince Russo and or Vampiro were in. So there's one completely, I don't even understand it, because Vince Russo's telling Vampiro he can't make decisions by himself, but you're the showrunner.
Then why is he the showrunner?
I don't. It's so bad, man. The stuff that...
No, it makes sense, though.
There's a good show in there, and this guy, it's going to be despite him, not because of him.
Eventually, it just won't be good, though.
I guess.
That's how Nitro went.
So anyways, Monroe's doing the overly dramatic heel who feels she's been wronged and like just is devastated by this.
So much better in AEW.
Tavion Heights, Lexis King speed tournament match. You hear about how this went?
Yes.
Grab Lexis King, belly to belly, pin, and win in 8 seconds.
Good for Lexis.
So this is now Lexis King's position.
Sounds right.
On this show.
Sounds right.
And then Troy comes out with his chains to stare at Heights from the ramp. Chains. Man got chains.
And a belt.
We get Swipe Right. They're taking on OTM. My first note, Swipe Right have been hitting the spray tan, ?
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
Yeah. OTM dominate early, with Price looking good, throwing the Swipe Right kids around. The ref gets distracted. Swipe Right take over with a chop block to Nima. Drake runs in at one point and is immediately taken out. Super kick to Swipe Right, to one Swipe Right, because I don't know their names.
Brad Baylor, Ricky Smokes.
Sure. And a finisher to the other. I think it's Brad Baylor. Looks like a smaller...
He's the blonder one.
He looks like a smaller, younger Kyle Fletcher. He really does.
I can see that.
So OTM win after 5 minutes. And it all made perfect sense to me. OTM get to look dominant, pick up a win, Swipe Right, get on TV. They do a good job of being like the D-bag heels that cheat to even have a chance. Simple, straightforward, pretty well executed. I will say, your boy.
Jackson Drake.
No, your boy out of OTM.
Oh, Lucian Price.
He's
cool.
Gets a reaction from the crowd and does some cool stuff. And then
cool.
Nima comes in and is just... I feel like an anchor right now.
Told you I saw something in him.
Like he kind of kills the energy and he looks intimidating, but he's
lame.
He's on the watch for me of like, what did you actually do? So it's like tag in, boot, punch, tag out. Yeah. Tag in, hold him for some sort of tandem thing. Get like he's doing very, very little here.
Price is cool.
He is cool. He's a big dude too.
I just like in his mannerisms. At least he's kind of got a shtick a bit.
Yeah.
Which I think like Nima doesn't really have.
Right. No, Nima's kind of rough. He looks cool, but he doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Grace, Jordan Grace, that is, I have to specify on this show. And Thea Hale are backstage. Hale is helping Grace be more positive, and Hale wants Grace to be in her corner for the title match, and Grace reluctantly agrees. Thea Hale hugs her, and Grace is not a fan of being hugged. Okay. And then last thing, main event. It is Ricky Saints taking on Javon Evans. I guess this is sort of the indication that Javon Evans is on his way out, I think, here. So we get Javon attacks before the bell even rings. Saints is targeting Evans' left leg within the first couple minutes. Evans is run through the barricade, smashed on the announce table. Then Evans flips that and does the same thing to Saints moments later. Vic is spending so much time telling us that Ava said that the issues between these two has to end tonight. So that also kind of
that's a little
like it was over the top. It
That's-
ends tonight. After tonight, it's done. It's over tonight.
that's
This
pretty
is the end.
blatant. Yeah, that's pretty blatant.
And I put makes me think one or both of these two will be permanently gone, likely Evans, which sounds
it could
right.
be both. Honestly, that's fair.
Evans suplex to counter a guillotine. Saints gets the advantage with a double underhook powerbomb, goes to clear off the announce table, but Evans dives onto him, hits a frog splash in the ring for a 2. Saints tries to cheat with feet on the ropes during a pinfall, gets caught. Evans kicks out of a Saints spear. And then I put, this is sarcastic, the devastating tornado DDT. So Evans kicks out of it at 1. So hopefully it's becoming less of a thing.
Then that makes people who lost to it look even stupider.
But I think it's because Saints can hit a Rochambeau to Evans,
Obviously,
right?
yeah.
So he low blow, Rochambeau. This looks stupid too. A new referee just shows up. Right? That bugs me too.
Okay.
Just in time to make the pin. It's over after 12 minutes. Pretty good main event. It did feel more important than a lot of NXT main events, but I thought the finish was a little bit weak. Just that ref running in at the perfect time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you didn't see the low blow ref, so why are you sprinting down there? You were clearly watching. You watched them just cheat, and you're like there to help them win. But anyways, looks like Evans is done, right? So hard to believe he never won a title, but he is ready.
I mean,
other than he's really skinny still.
It's better than I
they
think
won't love that about
in his
him.
first run, Apollo Crews never won a title, and he went up too early.
Way too early.
So it's like at least Javon's like hopefully ready.
I love Javon Evans. He's not undeniable though. I don't think in WWE.
Yeah, in an ideal world, he is.
He's close.
Yeah.
But they will be like, this skinny kid doesn't talk the way we want him to. Like, once he's really, really in the machine, I worry a little.
And once he's, like, maybe not as crazy over as he is now, like, once, like, because eventually everyone, their hype kind of dies out a bit, right? So once that kind of happens,
because NXT, you're adjacent to the machine, or you're, like, in a smaller machine that's attached to the machine.
You're not focally in the machine, so the machine's not all over you.
So now I think once he's in the machine, I worry a little bit. But he is awesome. So hope for the best, and then hope AEW can sign him in a couple of years or whatever and have him for the next 20.
Yeah.
But anyways, that is all I have. You didn't have anything off Raw that was notable?
The only thing I thought was cool is Theory has a new theme and entrance, and he's back to wearing trunks.
And
I thought the theme, I honestly did think it sounded really cool, and I thought he looked cooler, but
he's
no one cared, though. No one there's no pop, really. I thought it looked cooler, and I'm hopeful, but I also don't know why I'm hopeful, because I don't watch it.
You can't spend this much time telling us and showing us that this guy is inconsequential and then try.
It's not even that, because they were trying with the US title run, but so it was the US title run that didn't have a lot of effort, and then Cena buried him.
That's what I'm saying.
It was like, remember that time Adam Cole cooked Karrion Kross, and we didn't even like him, but like
we're like, ooh, that's not good for him.
I loved it because I hated him, but that like screwed him over.
Yeah.
And like it's the same thing. I think about that a lot. Like when the Theory thing comes on, like the Cross thing is the exact same thing.
Because the fans were kind of feeling that way about Theory, and then they either scripted it for Cena or he did it himself, and everyone was like, "Yeah, you're right."
But then,
lingering.
You had A-Town Down Under, and people wanted to cheer for Theory. You had the right opportunity for people to care about Theory.
Yeah.
So it's not even like it was impossible to make Theory something. You could have tried him out as a babyface, and people wanted that to happen. But then Triple H waited too long. Theory got injured. Waller just got quietly shunted off to New Day for reasons God knows why.
I know.
And now Theory's in the Vision.
What are they? New Day. But they've got a name with him involved.
I don't know. Who
like
cares?
New Day Down Under or New Day.
You had the opportunity to actually do something with Theory.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like there's been with that. Like, it's not like Theory's like a talentless hack where like they have nothing to do. Like, because in ring, I think he's quite talented. And like I was saying to you, I saw a clip of it recently. Like in NXT when he was Gargano's like kayfabe teenage son kind of role.
Yeah.
He was really funny.
He was funny.
The way was funny. So he's not without his chops. It's just they didn't put effort in him when they needed to, whether it be the potential babyface run or when he was U.S. champion. They buried him by like who they call the greatest of all time, and now they've shunted him in like a heel faction that's kind of treading water.
I know.
So like, yeah, it's just so many mistakes. And like, again, they had the opportunity to do something with him,
and it also
feels why it bothers
like,
me.
Oh crap, Rollins is out for quite a while. We need to jam somebody in here.
So it's Logan Paul in Theory.
This guy's not doing anything. We'll use him for a bit, right?
Which I have to think he was the plan anyways.
You thought so.
Because it was rumored for a while, so it's not like it like like when he debuted as the Masked Guy Warriors, we all know who it was.
Yes.
That kind of thing.
And then
but
it wasn't.
I don't know. The new theme song gives me a little hope because I do think it's pretty sick. Like,
Yeah.
I'll have to show you. It looked really cool. I thought it sounded cool. It sounds like it's a song. Like, it doesn't sound like they made it. It sounds like they got the song.
Thing.
I could be wrong, but it sounds very not Def Rebel. I'll say that. So it's interesting. But yeah, that was the only thing I thought was notable from it was Theory.
All right.
So that's interesting, I guess.
We're going to end episode 285 talking about Austin Theory.
That's
crazy. But anyways, thanks for joining us. Again, check out our best of just released the other day. Leave comments if you agree with anything or disagree. We'd love to engage. I do respond to everything I see. Emails and comments. There's never many, but if you do, you'll get a response from us. So anyways, appreciate you taking time out of your week to listen to us talk about wrestling. We'll be back down here I'll be back down here. You'll be back at school, but we'll probably get things rolling remotely again for episode 286. And until
worst of at some point.
Worst of
we'll try to not wait a month.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
We'll get working on it. All right, everybody. Have a great week. See you next Saturday. Until then, take care.